The wait is over today. The quest for $10,000 begins, and it's the opening day of Stool Stream's Jenga Season 1. 12 teams, 24 players, and one ultimate goal: to be the last pair standing inside the Triple S. Chisels that one out to create our second Tittleman's Crest. We will have the two best words in Jenga: a hanging tower just 5 blocks in.
You're definitely the most professional Jenga announcer I've ever heard.
Live from Stool Stream Stadium in New York City, welcome to opening day of Stool Stream Season 1, brought to you by High Noon Hard Seltzer. He's Jeff D'Lo, I'm Jake Marsh. Thanks for joining us. And Jeff, there's been so much build-up. There's been so many storylines, drafts, trades, everything. But now you put that all aside, and it's time to begin the War of 54.
Yeah, a lot of controversy. Let's not forget, too, there's people at home playing for $1,000 today. Like, this is big for people here who are working here, their debut, but $1,000 in the line for everyone at home. We have some pretty big matchups today to kick it off.
$1,000 on the line if you go 6 for 6 on the Play Barstool app. $10K on the line for the winner of this season. Let's meet our opening day lineup, and we're starting off with a pair of rookies on either side. Dave Portnoy making his debut with Rhea, and it's Frankie Borrelli with Tommy Smokes. And then it is the chalk, the favorites around the office, Liz and Big Ev and the Donnies, and then Fights and KFC Team Pubes against the Berserkers, Billy and Rudy. A stacked lineup to open up our season.
Excited for this one. Dave makes his debut going up against two of his guys here. Tommy, clearly the weirdest player in Jenga, does a little finger thing. He hasn't done it. There it is. He likes to weird his opponents out. Does a lot of moans throughout his matches. This is the anticipated match right here. No better way to kick it off, Jake.
All right, before we get started, let's send it down the stream with our official Spider. He is going to welcome our competitors and introduce the rules to the two pairs. Spider.
Welcome, everyone, to Season 1 Jenga. 2 rules to be aware of today. Please, only one member of your team inside the box at a time. The other teammate must remain on the outside. Second rule, only can use one hand when extracting a block. Same goes for retowering. You cannot use 2 hands to retower. Should you use 2 hands, the first offense will be a warning. Should it happen again, your teammate will be forced to pull that block, the first block they touch, on their next turn. Does everyone understand the rules?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. Shake hands if you would like to do so at this time. No. Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Spider. And Jeff, before we get started, let's dive into match 1 once again. Dave and Rhea, Team Purple Hedgehogs against Goose Mode, Frankie and Tommy Smokes. What sticks out to you from our opener?
Yep, Rhea made the surprise pick. People didn't know, I think, that they could take Dave. And then Tommy obviously traded a bunch of draft picks for Instagram posts on Big Cat's account. I don't know if that's happened yet. I think he actually made a trade with Rhea. So Rhea acquired Dave through a trade. And then Tommy got the guy he wanted. He wanted Frankie from the start. Goose Mode. That's his nickname. The Goose, I guess.
Yeah,
and I forget how that started, but he is the Goose.
Dave selected at number 6 by Rhea. Tommy traded down twice to take Frankie at 10. And now it is time to start things off. And we will begin with Dave and then Frankie, Rhea, and then Tommy. So into the Square of Doom goes Dave Portnoy, the 43-year-old from Swampscott, Massachusetts, to kick off our Jenga Season 1. And Jeff, with the first block underway, the quest for 10K is officially on.
Yeah, both teams have a first-time player. They were kind of talking about some strategy beforehand. Frankie apparently had some practice polls before, trying to take a look at the tower. Frankie very good in here at ping pong and cornhole.
Frankie 5-2 overall, cornhole and ping pong combined. However, this is his first Jenga appearance. The 27-year-old from East Meadow, New York, goes down low to start things off, and no issues early on for our rookies.
Frankie loves things like this: Jenga, cornhole, ping pong. Big skill set of him. As we see PFT in the background there, looking festive.
And while we are in the early stages of this match, let's send it back down the stream. The third member of our crew, PFT commenter. What's up down there?
Thank you, guys. Good to see you Nice to start league play. Feeling good, feeling great. The guys are loose down here, playing around nice and easy. I'm curious to see how this Goose Mode team name is going to be affecting Frankie. Frankie seems noticeably absent from the naming of this team. I know Tommy was the captain, but Frankie himself is a competitor. He's a great player. Again, I think that today's matchup definitely favors Rhea and Dave. Both Frankie and Tommy are nervous around Dave, but even more nervous around women in general. So this definitely favors team. What's your
Frankie
team
and
name
Tommy,
again?
you have to be on this side.
What's Rhea's team's name?
Purple Hedgehogs.
Team Purple Hedgehogs. Definitely favors Team Purple Hedgehogs. Also, don't want to point up to the man in the sky right now,
Stay on
Hank
this
Lockwood, definitely a little bit closer to one of these two teams than the other as the commissioner. I'll let you figure out which one of those two teams that might be. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you so much, PFT. You want to decipher what PFT just said there?
Worth noting that PFT has tried to run a campaign against Hank for being a corrupt commissioner with this league, so a little bit of bias down there.
Yeah, Mr. Commenter will be in action with Kelly Martin on Thursday in their team debut. They are in Group C right now. This is a Group A battle. Dave and Rhea,
Yeah.
Frankie
she's
and
fighting
Tommy.
For her purse.
If she wins,
Tommy
she's getting the
smokes
entire
Jeff
to buy a purse.
into the preseason. Tommy had the worst record of 1-5, but he will be quick to point out that record is fraudulent. What do you think about that?
Yeah, well, he blames every one of his teammates for all of his losses. I'm not sure that'll go over as well with Frankie.
He's shaking right now. I'm nervous.
You can see how
I should be a
nervous
pro.
Tommy
I should
is.
be a pro. I've been in the room a million times, but you know what? I'll be fine.
Taller shoes for Tommy today.
Yeah, Tommy quick to compare himself to Jacob deGrom, the Mets pitcher, who had great performances but not necessarily the wins to show for it. Thoughts on that comparison?
Me and Liz have gone to 50 blocks, which is the highest.
Tommy, injured yet?
Yeah.
Injured?
But so that's when you, what I'm saying is you think it's shaky.
nothing
It's
new.
really not. Like
Same
you can,
stomach problems.
Felt shaky.
Yeah, it does. But if you
I look
do
so
it
gross
slowly,
in this
it
shirt.
won't fall.
Tommy noting he thinks he looks gross in his shirt.
He does.
Yeah. They invented
Dave
this stuff.
confirms
It's
it.
called,
He
wrinkle
does look
release
gross.
spray. You should check
You
it out.
mentioned Tommy's 1-5
He
record.
does look
Rhea,
like a goose.
not exactly the best either
Crazy.
at 1-4.
I
And
don't know how I've never figured that out.
Yeah.
Jeff, an interesting
When he
stat
goes-
when
he
we were
does
doing our
goose
prep
mode.
before
I
this
haven't
match.
activated goose mode
Of
yet.
course,
But you
Frankie
look
and Dave
like
are
a goose
rookies.
No.
physically.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, they've
the
never
guy
played.
who sued
However,
us, Mantis. Not Mantis.
Tommy and Rhea.
Stingray Steve.
Right, you can't be sued for definite.
This was a big moment here.
action.
Dave
Yeah.
did just realize that
Look,
Tommy,
Tommy's
in
distracted.
fact,
He didn't
resembles
know he was
a
up.
goose.
He does.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
He does.
Interesting ammo for his back pocket now.
He looks like a goose.
What I was going to say earlier, Tommy and Rhea, a combined record of 2-9
Cannot say
in the
Yep.
preseason.
He's literally, I'm
Something's
just seeing
gotta give.
goose.
Yeah, I think luck's going to turn around for a lot of these teams. Chef Donnie's another one.
Interesting post-draft notes as well. Of the 12 picks, 4 rookies selected. 2 of them facing off right now on opposite ends.
Good one. Thanks.
And Jeff, how about your keys to the match presented by Heineken Hard Seltzer for our opener?
Good coaching from Rhea for sure on her side. You know, Dave hasn't played the game, get him comfortable with the rules. And then on the other side, don't get too weird. Don't do anything bizarre. Tommy hasn't. I think, again, he's too nervous to be breaking out his normal things. I don't know if he'll do a moan. He'll typically do the moan.
I mean, Big Cat made me moan. He like blew in my ear. I don't
People
moan.
extract
What
the
does that
moan
mean?
out of him now and then.
He blew in the air, so you moaned.
Yeah, but it was like it
What?
went down my spine.
Tommy referencing the moment where
So you liked it.
Big
I
Cat.
didn't like it. It was like a nervous.
Big
When
Cat.
you moan,
It was like
somebody
oh. It
whispers
was like
in your ear.
oh. It wasn't like oh. It was like a oh.
He breathed in the back of his neck, and Tommy let out a moan.
Was it
Tommy-
sexual in nature?
Yes, Tommy had an
Close.
orgasm.
Very close to a sexual.
Yeah,
The haters
nothing
say I
wrong
don't
with that, but it's thought you were straight.
So now it's Rhea, and we asked her last week why she selected Dave Portnoy at 6th overall. She said, I think he's a winner. Everything he touches, he somehow succeeds at. Even though he's never played, she was very confident in her teammate
like
during
that.
this season.
There were rumors too that the winnings would all go to Rhea.
That's
that was
true.
confirmed
Which
when
is
we
a
talked to
huge.
Dave.
That's a great
earlier on.
strategy for Rhea right there.
Remember, 10K on the line for the team to share, but Dave has already made it known. All 10K is going to Rhea if they win it all.
Far cry from another player later, Fights, who did not pick Casey, and so
It's the
he
dumbest
felt
thing
bad.
ever.
He will be giving his winnings to Casey if him and Kevin win.
Yes.
What?
The dumbest thing ever.
Also, reminder: Fights traded away his draft pick for nothing.
Absolutely
So
nothing.
Fights is playing for absolutely nothing now.
Back to Dave now, top of the order.
Dave's got tremendous instincts here. He's not even coming close to touching the block with a second hand. That's something that we've seen some newcomers struggle with a little bit. That hand is planted firmly in
That
his
one's
back
good.
pocket. Brick
been
by
okay
brick,
with it so
block by
far.
block,
Thinking
that's
about
what
it
Dave
consciously.
Portnoy does.
Glenny's the one who struggles with the hands. When I watched, he kept doing it. He's just can't. That doesn't surprise me.
All right, Jeff, this just in from the Play Barstool app. Questions 1 and 2 are what we are tracking here today. Question 1, the losing block. Tommy Smoke's the most popular pick to pull the losing block at 31%. However, Dave right behind at 30.69%, Frankie at 23%, and Rhea, despite that 1-4 record, the overwhelming favorite, just 15% of the field picking Rhea to end this game.
Now I'm nervous.
Frankie getting a little nervous now. I think people probably
What's
didn't pick Frankie despite being a rookie because they've seen him win here a bunch.
Yes.
Especially cornhole last week. Frankie put on a clinic against Rico Bosco in
blocks in
cornhole.
are we
Frankie
hitting?
1-0 in cornhole, 4-2 in table tennis, making his debut inside the Square of Doom today.
Is Rico any good at cornhole? Or just says he's good at cornhole.
He says he was good, and then I waxed him.
I saw him. He had the he had the
Rangers goal song, JP Graziano's. He was screaming out all the different discounts. Beat him 21-2. He's never coming back in this room.
Cornhole on hiatus after
Yes.
Rico did get.
Cornhole season
Pretty
coming in
bad.
2021, though.
Rhea looking very
we'll be back.
comfortable around 6-inch blocks of wood after hanging out with her dog Normie all weekend.
That picture ruined my weekend.
Yeah, it's ruining my life.
That
Talk
was
of the town.
never seen it.
Jeff, have you seen that picture of Norman?
I did
disturbing.
see the picture of
a little bit shaky there.
Not
there you
suitable for
go.
our
That's a great
broadcast.
one.
The FCC would come storming at
I'm
us.
sure we're allowed to show it.
Yes.
We should
Tommy-
get Normie on Color Daddy for an episode.
PFT, can you confirm how much Tommy's shaking down there?
Tommy,
It's-
he's quivering. It's more of a quiver right now.
It's called anxiety?
It's tough to tell if it's anxiety, if it's because he eats a diet that's low in natural sugars
towards the top.
or
I'm
other
dizzy
nutrients.
too. I'm dizzy.
Or if it's
No,
just
that's gonna make it fall.
being in proximity of Dave
Nope,
Portnoy
not those two.
also makes him shake.
Yikes.
So
You're
we
saying I
are
shouldn't be
20
nervous
blocks
when
in
he's shaking?
This thing is
of our
moving a lot.
opener.
I'm gonna let it get stable.
Music starting, that's when you know.
Is there a
It's time
time
to
limit?
wrap
Try the
in.
fourth row down.
And Jeff, we do have
One,
fans for the
two,
first time
yes.
today.
Yeah,
Cardboard
maybe the
cutouts,
one, yeah.
courtesy of
How'd you
Kate,
know that?
Mush, Glenny Balls,
This-
Robbie, and
the
Big
top
Cat
is
on
usually
hand today.
steadier.
One of Dave's guys back there. Glenny Balls. Look at it. Look at that face on Glenny.
Dave is wasting no time here. He is, he's all business.
That's a shaky tower for
Is there
Frankie to
a
come
time
attack now.
If you're taking too long, they'll tell you like 60 seconds, but
Don't force it. Don't
No.
force it.
Who enforces that?
through Spider's ear.
I'm dizzy.
That's Sky God Hank.
Spider ensuring he will not be biased towards any team. Doing his best in the stripes.
I am legitimately dizzy right now.
Frankie,
He might pass. We've never had a player
Frankie,
pass
I'll
out
switch
before.
up from when
This would be a
Dave's not
first.
around.
No, it's
I mean,
crazy. I don't know. Something's wrong, man.
I think Frankie caught Tommy. Frankie
I
caught
did.
whatever Tommy's
I was fine, and then I saw he's
personality is.
visibly shaking.
I'm not shaking. I'm actually feeling pretty good right now.
You've got a bad case
Pretty
of the
cool.
smokes right now.
Goose mode's going against us right
we
now.
mentioned earlier how Dave felt when Rhea selected her. He said he was flattered because she wants some eyeballs and she likes the bright lights. And here she is in this opener, 22 blocks deep.
And again, the prize strategy was probably the smartest thing we saw on draft day.
Did Rhea just get a manicure? Is she operating with new nails here? That's interesting because the fingertips. are
Yeah,
the
we're
most
being told
part.
yes.
Yeah.
We're being told yes.
Yeah, I
What do
can
you mean?
tell.
By who? Hank?
God
God.
told us.
Rhea going with that Western block,
Hank calls himself God now.
trying to
really
create a
done that.
hanger,
What's a Western block?
the west side of the tower from our vantage point.
The biggest dork there is right there.
Dave, first time playing, however, you did learn some of the terminology when we were up here in the booth
Yeah.
a couple of months ago.
I did.
Getting refreshed with the terms. Rhea creates another full slate up top.
Will he activate goose mode?
Yes.
Will he do the
What
thing?
we were waiting on. Remember, 4 rows down is the
Ooh.
highest you can go.
This would be a tough start for Tommy if he were to knock this tower over in this season. Already rattled,
Yes.
clearly.
I can't not see a goose. It's crazy.
Look at a honk. Maybe just one honk.
Do you want me to activate Goose?
Honk.
PFT trying to get a word out of the tower here. Oh, a two-hand violation on Tommy Smoke! He taunts our sideline reporter.
Oh no!
Oh, don't lie, Tommy.
commits the first violation in league history.
Unbelievable.
But I thought it was just a warning.
Mishap by Tommy.
Wait, I heard Spider say it was just a warning, and then the second one is when he has to go one hand.
What do you mean no?
And Jeff,
That's what you
let's
said in the
look
pregame.
back once again.
That was the warning.
That was the warning.
Clear-cut
No,
violation
lower.
here for Tommy Smokes. Now Frankie will be forced to use
What in the
one hand next
No, but
time.
isn't that
No,
just
it's
a
a
warning?
warning, it's a
Don't
warning.
touch it yet.
That's what.
No warning. You don't have warning.
He literally.
What is this?
The warning was the initial.
I thought you said pregame.
No, why'd you react like that then?
Because I thought they.
Can we
changed
go
the
back to
rules.
the tape on his initial rulings?
The-
Try-
You
that
said
was
the
your
second
warning.
time you will have to.
That one. Try that.
We're getting word from Sky Judge in a second.
No.
No. Maybe the middle one.
That was a
was
two-hander.
Two hangers.
I mean, I don't know what loose is. These are all seems tight. Huh.
Yeah.
Pivotal moment.
Yikes.
It was
What
a
about this middle one?
perplexed everyone in the crowd. Everyone loves seeing the goose mode move he
Oh,
does.
there you go.
Oh my God.
24
Are we at
blocks
like
in.
a normal fall level? Because this felt like it was falling.
I think if you
First
stay
window
steady, you'll be able to
of
keep
blocks
it
in
up.
question
Sometimes it
two,
gets
0 to
shaky, but-
29. Only
Can you
selected
pull
by
from the
12%
side?
of the field.
Yeah, you got it.
Rhea doing best she can to coach Dave in this pivotal move.
Slowly but surely, it's working.
Right around midway point
You really
of
gotta
the
be
tower.
patient, huh?
Yeah.
Who invented this?
the fourth row we're looking at right now is the third, right? What if I'm wrong?
Nice view of our new camera angle. See Tommy and Frankie in the background here, Jeff.
You
They
got it.
are
Great shot.
really, really hoping for this Jenga.
This thing is like, I don't like this
Is
thing.
it feeling?
Feels like it's ready to
Tighter?
fall. No, it's not tight, but I feel like it's ready to fall.
What's the rule?
I think you got it.
Dave losing
Yep.
confidence.
Keep
Rhea
going.
trying to keep
So.
the vibes
it.
positive. And he got it out.
Pole.
Has an
Almost
empty
fell over
slate
at
to
one
work with
point.
up top.
Look at that.
And it's out.
Halfway over
You don't want me
to
to
now
go
this
He's gonna
awful
do the first
position
one touches.
for Frankie.
So Dave,
I think
if you
so,
get
yeah.
past his
First
first
one
set
touch.
of adversity as a
First
Jenga
one you
player.
touch.
Yeah,
First
yeah,
one
yeah.
you touch.
Here we go.
look at
The
that.
penalty will be enforced.
Got it.
First block, Frankie
you guys
touches, he
kidding me?
must
What the fuck?
remove.
Look at that.
Frankie
overflow.
learning that
Not
a
gonna be a shaky
teammate
up
two-hand
top.
touch screws over the other teammate, and Frankie's
like
in this
this
position
one, man.
because
Don't touch
Tommy
anything
touched
yet. I'm not. I
He
didn't
touch it. He did not touch
Jesus.
it.
All right, just.
I like this one.
All right. I think the one above it's a better bet.
Well, you can't touch that one.
I haven't touched one.
That's the third row. No, that's the fourth row.
So you're saying this one maybe?
I
You
think-
started that.
I
Incomplete
think the
rows
fourth
do
row is the
count in
best
that number. So
bet.
that one block up top, that is
Tommy,
row
I'm
one.
Dizzy.
But it's up to you. It's up to you.
The conversation back here was heavily centered around the fourth row. Frankie
Tommy,
gets up to the block.
I don't want to touch it. I can't
Wants to
believe
go
you
fifth
screwed
row.
us.
He wants to go fifth row so badly.
all because he did a goose
How
mode.
often
I
does
think the
this
one
end
on
up
your
in
end.
disaster?
All right, so right here.
I think
Usually
so.
never. I
Top
haven't seen
one.
it.
Yeah.
But when it gets to this
touch.
point,
Oh,
It's
and
touch. All right, he is
Already
locked in.
touched it.
PFT, the fourth row there. What's the vantage point from your side?
The fourth row looked good. The fourth row looked juicy and plump, like it was ready to be picked, like a ripe peach. Frankie
shut up,
gets up to
everyone
the
shut up,
tower.
everyone
His
shut up.
instincts take over. He
was
goes
easy.
row 5, extracts
it was
it
moving,
easily.
man.
That's just pure instincts on Frankie's
No,
part.
oh.
You can't teach that. You can't coach that.
No issue. He
Frankie,
got away
great
with
job.
it.
All right, but
Great job.
remember, the next violation
Sorry
by
for
Tommy
missing
and
that
Frankie, Dave and Rhea will have the
don't have
option
to
to
do that
win
ever
via
again.
DQ. Whether
Yep,
they
they
take
can
that
DQ
is
them.
a big discussion.
No, Jake,
That's
one
a
thing
no
to keep an eye on down here is they had a long discussion over which row they were going towards, and Tommy was adamant that he go to the fourth row. Frankie gets up there, he goes row 5. Tommy hates being wrong. He hates being undermined about things. He hates feeling like he's not in control. As happy as he is, there's some real animosity because Frankie didn't listen to Tommy.
No,
I agree with PFT. I don't think Frankie will roll over like Tommy's other teammates when Tommy blames them for losses.
Yeah, in terms of draft compensation, Tommy Smokes got future posts from Rhea, Big Cat, and a weekend special at Borrelli's Italian restaurant on Long Island, where Tommy will get the full experience. He will get a red carpet experience, I was told.
For what?
for picking Frankie.
He held me hostage like a terrorist. He
I'm gonna-
he
I'm
demanded
gonna do
something in return.
Veal parm with prosciutto.
Why?
and
Because
vodka
people
sauce.
want to be in the league?
Yeah.
Really bad.
Huh.
Tower
Yeah, I
was
heard there was
tough.
side. Who did I hear was complaining?
Good.
A lot of people were complaining.
Oh, Smitty.
Yeah.
Smitty was mad.
Smitty was mad at balls.
Smitty actually did not get selected because he texted Marty and Glenny texted Marty and Smitty, I've heard, and said, whoever can send me a picture from The Sopranos first will be my pick. And Marty did beat Smitty.
Marty, Mr. Irrelevant in our draft.
Tom, is this not safe?
Did he just call him Tom?
I don't know.
Thomas.
I feel like mine was the shakiest by Thomas.
So really got a grip on that block.
And that's it! And that's it! A Jenga from Tommy Smokes!
Goodness!
And the Purple Hedgehogs win the first match in league history!
I was clapping.
The stats added up. The
1 in 6 Tommy Smokes and Goose Mode is done.
He's blaming Tommy's clap for knocking
How
the
many
tower
times have you
over.
played this?
Dave said you stink at Jenga to Tommy.
Well, you said he leads the league in falls.
Tommy drops to
bad
1 in
moment.
6. That is
By the
his
locker.
3rd losing
1
block
in
of
6.
his career.
What the fuck did I
And
get paired up
Frankie
with?
is immediately regretting his teammate.
Let's go.
Frankie got put in the tough spot of
I
having to
don't know how
pull
bad
on a
everybody else
violation
is.
from
He was
Tommy.
staying over here.
He did the goose mode thing. I'm imagining that's one of the pivotal, if not
That's
the
as
most
bad of a
pivotal moment of the
performance
match.
as you
But
could
this one right here
all right.
is
We're not
the
out.
biggest
No,
moment
no.
where he knocks the tower over. An
gonna
unreal
interview
turn
you
of
right
events
after.
for Tommy Smokes.
All right.
After he did a bit of a showboat, and it all comes toppling down. Rhea and Dave, the first at 1-0 in this Jenga season.
Send it down the stream. PFT with Goose Mode, the losers.
Yeah, I'm down here with Goose Mode. It was a tough loss for him. Not one that we didn't see coming. Like we talked about, Tommy has pulled a record 6 losing blocks in Jenga. He's possibly the worst statistical player that we've ever had inside this room. Tommy, it looked like you had that one extracted at the end to the point where Frankie was clapping for you. The whole room was thinking that you had it. How did the tower fall?
Yeah, I don't want to point fingers. It was a shaky tower. Frankie started
Well,
clapping.
who'd you point fingers at?
I mean, like, who knows how Frankie's claps affected the air in this room. But I didn't play well today. I had the violation, and then I pulled. You know, it's on me, but, you know, it's one loss. We got 5 games to go. I like our chances to win 4 out of the next 5. I didn't play great today, but I'll be better. I don't lay down.
Frankie, what do you think about Tommy not pointing a finger, but kind of pointing a finger at you? You heard at the end, he said, I don't want to point fingers. He almost said it was a team game, almost like he was laying
It
the
is a team
blame
game. You know, we both have
at
to
your
take
feet.
that loss.
It seems like there might be some friction amongst the team.
Well, he runs this team like a dictator. He's going to have whatever sort of narrative that fits his narrative, and I'm going to come at the expense of that. I'm going to have to, I guess, just go along with this, even though we all witnessed the worst performance in Stool Stadium today. I mean, you had a violation.
I was activating goose mode.
I mean, you can't activate goose mode and then have a falling tower. You can't. I mean, I know this seems like the team is ripping at each other.
No.
We're going to be fine.
Look,
this is the first
we
game.
both
Our
take
first-
the
this is
blame
our
for the
first
loss
game.
today. Frankie clapped. I pulled the wrong block.
Fine,
We're not
fine.
pointing
We're not
fingers.
even mad.
Yeah,
Not pointing fingers,
doesn't matter.
not mad at each other. On a personal note and professional note, I'd like to apologize. I did get inside Frankie's head, or excuse me, inside Tommy's head a little bit. I encouraged him to activate goose mode. I was inside his parameters,
Yeah, I was the
personal
showman. I
space.
wanted to put on a
At
show.
the end of the day, it's not supposed
Sue
to
me.
be about me, and that's a deep drive to left, and that'll make it a 4-0 ball game for Castellanos. Back to you guys in the booth.
All right, thanks so much, PFT. And Jeff, we're about to hear from the winners in terms of the
yeah.
Purple Hedgehog. So let's send it right back down the stream to Dave and Rhea, who are the only team in the league right now to be 1-0, PFT.
Undefeated must feel pretty good right now. It never really seemed like it was that close. Did you, Dave, as your first time competing down here in Jenga, did you feel like you had a bead for the table pretty much instantly, or were there some nerves?
No, a little bit of nerves, and I've never played. Tommy's played 7 times, which seems in a game like this almost impossible to lose the first time to a rookie team. But the confidence now is high after seeing how bad he is, and hopefully a lot of the other people are that bad.
It also just seems excessive for anybody to have played 7 games of Jenga, just in general, in this room. That seems like a lot of practice that he's had. Rhea, you had the manicure, you had your fancy new nails done. Your strategy of picking Dave because he attracts money, it seems like it's working out for you. Did you feel confident all day today?
I did feel confident. I felt more calm today than I've ever had playing a Jenga match. I also think having the intimidation factor on my side, Dave, you know, he gets around people, and Tommy and Frankie, they start shaking. They couldn't even handle themselves. Meanwhile, before this, they were talking, oh, we're going to destroy you. And I said, wait till Dave enters the room. So
Yeah, they didn't say anything to me at all in terms of talking trash.
Once they entered this room, it was like radio silence.
I didn't even know they talked trash to Rhea. That's the first I heard
Yeah.
of that.
It's
And
like-
I will say Tommy looks like a goose, which is the most shocking development of this whole tournament that
Absolutely.
I didn't know people said that.
He looks exactly like a goose. It's uncanny. Like, look at that.
He looks
Look at
exactly
that.
like a goose.
I feel like Tommy's on. You're like on a bottle of vodka. I just want to take you to the club and drink you up, Tommy. Yeah, like a really, really hot-looking goose. All right, back to you guys in the booth. Great first match. We'll see what the rest of the day has in store.
All right, thanks so much, PFT. Once again, big congrats to the Purple Hedgehogs. They are 1-0 in Group A. But, Jeff, more importantly, that was a 27-block match. Tiebreakers are ABM, average blocks per match. And as we get to our close shave of the match, Tommy Smokes' error here was a big reason why perhaps that was a short match.
Yeah, he kind of got goaded into it, no doubt about that. Why he did it afterwards. Goose mode's a thing he usually does before the poll. Why did he do it afterwards? I have no idea, but it cost him the violation. Did it cost them the game? No, because Frankie went and made a good poll, but I think Tommy was rattled from there on out, and everything was downhill after that. The close shave indeed. I don't know what Tommy was thinking. If they were going to get Dave and Rhea, this was a chance to do it. I think the next time they play him, going to be much harder.
Of course.
As you heard Dave say, more comfortable with the game now, knows the rules. That's a bad loss.
Yeah,
that's a really bad loss.
Close shave of the match brought to you, as always, by the Philips Norelco One Blade, the only tool that can trim, edge, and shave any length of hair. Right now, you can save 20% on a One Blade replacement blade subscription at philips.com/Norelco Barstool. Your style made simple. Philips Norelco One Blade. All right, Jeff, 10K on the line in this league, 1K on the line for the Stoolies at home. 423 of you still alive, but the biggest prize can be claimed tonight. $25,000 in the pigskin parlay, and we made it easier for you. But, Jeff, a lot of upsets in terms of the spreads. Only 9 players alive, but one of these can definitely claim that 25.
Have the Giants winning?
No Giants winning.
Okay. A couple of those scores look terrible, but I think there's a few winners there. I think there's a couple people that could be winners.
We got one duplicate, 28-10 Bucks. What do you think? What do you think? Any of them?
I'd be sick to my stomach if I had the same score as somebody else. But, I mean, that's still a lot of money if you win. I think, you know what? I'm going to be positive. We got a winner tonight. That's my guess.
We sure
I
hope
feel really
so.
good. I feel really good. Now, 27-24, whatever, I don't feel great about that. But the other ones, I think Brady's going to have a big night. So.
All right.
Good luck
Something
to everyone
keep
out there.
an eye on. We'll be live tweeting throughout Monday Night Football to see if we have a winner. On to match 2. It is the Rangoon Wranglers. First overall pick, Chef Donnie, made by the Wonton Don, and they will take on, Jeff, they are the overwhelming favorite. Maybe not on paper, but the rumblings around the office, everybody is taking the chalk of Liz and Big F.
Yeah, people do like the chalk. They are a very talented team. Look at Ev's headshot there. What a great headshot. The chalk, easily the favorite, I think, by most experts. The Rangoon Wranglers, though, number 1 overall pick, Wonton Don taking Chef Donnie. The last time we saw Chef Donnie in here, he was quite impressive. He did pull the losing block, but he was put in a terrible situation. He pulled some of the greatest Jenga blocks we've ever seen in this competition. And Liz, as experienced as it gets, very hard to beat. And Big Ev, experienced as well, has won with multiple people. He has been fantastic. The JBR, that's the QBR for Jenga. The Wonton Don is pretty damn good. We are very excited to see Chef Donnie back as well here today because he was electric in his first attempt at Jenga.
And, Jeff, can you please break down for everyone at home, what is JBR?
No idea, but I know it's like Jenga QBR. I have no idea the math. I'm not smart. I'm an idiot. But when you think about the NFL and QBR, that shows how good a quarterback is. It's the only thing that matters. That's JBR here right now. You're probably asking, why is Chef Donnie the number 1 overall pick with such a low JBR? Remember, he did lose. That's what hurt him. He had that first game loss that really came into an effect, not being able to win and pulling the losing buck. But I'm telling you right here, right now, those reset after the first match. One of the best players here. I think the first pick for Donnie was a great one as we see DeChalk walking in as their first opponent. This is a juggernaut first matchup.
So, Jeff, break it down for me. Why is DeChalk the overwhelming favorite? What makes them stand apart?
Liz is consistent. She knows the Jenga floor well. I will note the Jenga square, the square of Doom, is bigger than usual. I think it's the first time we've seen this brand new season. It's a little more daunting, right? A little more area that you can't quite go in with in terms of coaching. But Liz is a great coach typically. She has that skill. She's great at pulling Jenga blocks. And Ev is always locked in and focused. We've seen him with Glennie. We've seen him with Cons. He's a great player. This team is stout. Going to be very hard to beat them.
Fun fact here, the Square of Doom expanded from 6x6 to 9x9. Back down the stream. Spider, to introduce the rules to our teams.
Welcome, contestants, to Season 1 Jenga and Triple S. Quick, brief rules. 1 teammate in the box at a time. You guys must remain on each side of your box. Once you start, you will be on that half. You guys will remain on this half. Also, when extracting a block, one hand at a time. You cannot use two hands. This is your first warning. Should it occur in a game, your teammate will be forced to take the first block they touch on their next turn. Thank you, PFT. Does everyone understand the rules?
Yes.
Good luck to all the contestants.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you, Spider and Jeff. It is time to kick off our middle match here on opening day of Stool Stream's Jenga Season 1, brought to you by High Noon Hard Seltzer, 100 calories, gluten-free, no added sugar, real vodka base versus malt or fermented sugar. Real vodka, real juice for real fans, just like us. Hashtag Nooners. Liz, the Wonton Don, Big Ev, and Chef Donnie players. The order is taped on the wall as well, just in case we do lose track. So let's start things off with Liz. 5-3, 8 preseason matches, the most we have seen leading up to our opener today.
Very nice. The chalk color there, that's their team name. Most teams have their jerseys. They're starting to roll in, and that's why Dave and Rhea didn't have theirs, and the Rangoon Wranglers as well. Their logo is fantastic. We see another debut of some jerseys here, some logos. Group B, I believe. Is that correct?
Who's up? What's the order?
It's you.
Actually, I believe this is Group C.
I already see the
Not
tower
positive.
leaning
Still
over
waiting
there
on
a little
group
bit.
names. We're still open to recommendations from
We're
you.
the group of death, Jake. Whatever group I'm in.
Yes, PFT will be playing on Thursday. This is Group C, by the way.
This is a
PFT and Kelly in this group, in addition to Kate and Cons in these two groups. Remember, top 2 groups advance in each group. The top 2 overall records will get a bye. The 3 will play the 6. The 4 will play the 5.
Big Ev making his debut here, filling out that first top slate.
Your mama's favorite big boy. That's Big Ev. I'm interested to see over on the other side.
Push it in a bit.
Donnie is playing his first match without a mustache. Is this going to be a Samson without his hair type situation? Did he lose his powers? Chef Donnie, meanwhile, smooth as you please, clean extraction. Fun fact, between the two Donnies, they are actually neither truly named Donnie. So that's a fun little stat.
No?
This is quite the group, as you were saying, Jake. Group C, the football team, PFT and Kelly Martin. And then Kate and Cons on team Josh Jumel. Josh Jumel, the actor from Las Vegas, the Transformers franchise. He did buy Kate's team. We're very happy that he did that.
Yeah, he used to sleep with Fergie.
Yeah, he did.
Huh?
Yeah, he defended her after that national anthem debacle.
Yeah, intercourse with Fergie.
Good group, though, but this is the group of death. This is definitely the toughest group. Kate and Cons have been great. PFT has been outstanding.
And it's interesting because of the 4 players playing right now, Jeff, Wonton Don, no losing blocks. Liz, Big Ev, and Chef Donnie, only 1 losing block each. 3 combined losing blocks between 4 players. That is darn good.
These are some of the best we have seen. And Chef Donnie, the closest to a tablecloth pull in his lone match, almost pulled off an absolute miracle. The tower seems sturdier. That last match, the tower was a mess. It was early on, very shaky. Dave almost tipped it over, and it still lasted about 5 or 6 turns, but then obviously Tommy Smokes pulling that losing block to dish out the first loss of the season for any team, with Dave and Rhea on top of Group A with 2 points each, or excuse me, 2 points for the team, and at the bottom of the group, 0 points. Goose mode, Tommy and Frankie.
Chef Donnie at the bottom of the order ends things. So back to Liz, and this just in from the Play Barstool app. Questions 3 and 4. 423 of you. We're a perfect 2 of 2 so far. 1K on the line if you go 6 for 6. Liz, despite the 5-3 record, she was the most popular pick to pull the losing block at 29%, and her partner Big Ev right behind at 28%. And then we've got the Wonton Don at 22% and Chef Donnie at 21%. Pretty even.
Yeah, I'd say surprising, but I think it's pretty even. I think those are pretty even. We did see, though, the popular pick in the first one is the one that hit. With Dave and Rhea beating Tommy and Frankie, with Tommy pulling the losing block. But very low down on the list was the 0 to 29 range, which is where that hit, I believe, in that last match.
And if anything, Jeff, that shows how much the Jenga IQ is improving from the Stoolies at home. They know who's good, they
looked
know
really
who's been
stable.
struggling, and if our first match is any indication, they're off to a great start.
I also think that Liz
are
is kind
off
of
to a
like, you
solid
could call her the Seattle Seahawks of Jenga. She plays in the weirdest, strangest games that you've ever seen. She's unorthodox. It doesn't always look great when she wins. It doesn't always look bad when she loses, but it's always going to be entertaining. She got these. She's got almost like a witch finger thing going on when she gets up there, like she's extracting Eye of Newt as she goes into the Jenga tower. So keep an eye on that. It's going to be a fun game whenever Liz Gonzalez Gav's ass. Right there, right in the old face.
Two very adaptable players as well. Two very adaptable players.
So quiet.
Ev has played with multiple people.
Clean block.
Liz has played with a ton of different people. That's a skill set that has them probably in the favorite spot in terms of people picking.
But when we talked to Big Ev last night, he blocked out any outside noise on them becoming the favorites. He said he doesn't see it that way, and in his eyes, the field is wide open. Belichickian, if you will.
He just wanted to get picked. And he was very happy that I picked on a very good team, too. We just saw Tommy walk out. Tommy was incredibly upset. Frankie was incredibly upset that Tommy picked him. He was like, what did I get stuck with here?
I can touch 2 blocks at once, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not too many.
Good ask there by Chef Don. He can touch 2 blocks, but just can't touch a block with 2 hands.
Our Sky Cam presented by Heineken Hard Seltzer.
Great look up there.
Sliding it down the middle,
Oh yeah.
creating another full slate. And Chef Donnie gets it to go.
I can go for a nooner, guys. I don't know about you.
Feel free to crack one open. I give PFT permission to crack open.
Of course.
Thank
I
you,
do.
Thank you, Jeff.
We good?
With
You grab-
Dana
you
at the
grab a
bottom of
nooner.
your draft board going undrafted, there will be more neuters to share for everybody.
That's very true. Dana was at the bottom. He was the lowest ranked player.
PFT, what flavor are you going with?
I'm going to go with the watermelon, Jake.
Watermelon.
Watermelon high noon.
Selection.
PFT does have in his stomach a full, won't name the brand, taco pizza. Wow. He housed a taco pizza before the match began here today.
Some
Not
pregame
a
meal.
total full one. I did share it with shared it with Colby, shared it with some of the control guys. It's a delicious tasting pie. I'm not going to lie.
I don't believe that.
Donnie wearing one of his cool shirts too, by the way. This Termy shirt is one of the best things that we've sold. Fantastic design. So if he can't be wearing his jersey today, at least he's wearing something
Yes.
great.
Jerseys should be in
The
ASAP.
Rangoon Wranglers.
Yep. Selecting Chef Donnie first overall. And remember, with the 10K on the line, you figure 5K each. I guess the Purple Hedgehog's the lone exception. Dave already said Rhea would get the full 10K. But when we asked Chef Donnie what he would do with the money, he said he would buy a parachute that he could go skydiving in. Well, out of the box answer there, but you got to respect it.
Extreme.
Okay.
It's a tad extreme.
Now Ev stepping up, has the tower in the middle up top there. No real issues, I think, we're running into right now. The tower looks very sturdy, looks stable.
Remember, the first range in question 4 is 0 to 29. That was the winner in question 2. Tommy Smokes pulling the losing block at 27. Still a ways to go in our opening range, picked by just 11% of the field right now. Big Ev down the middle. It's a success.
Nice drop. That's a
Jeff,
great drop.
Yeah, that
How
was
about
nice.
your keys to the match, presented by Heineken Hard Seltzer?
Yeah, keys to the match, you got to play your game if you're Liz and Ev. That's it. It's simple as that. Play your game. It's proven success here. Why not just do what you're best at? Don't throw any wrinkles in there. Don't get tricky. Stool Stream Stadium, this is their domain here. They're great. And Chef Donnie, he's got to play like a #1 pick. Plain and simple. Pressure's on. #1 overall pick, going to have the spotlight on him all season. The pundits, the talking heads, they're going to discuss his performance as the #1 guy. And so far, so good, though.
Going to ignore the improper use of "your" there. It's really bugging me. I had to say it.
Wow, that's Jake throwing someone under the bus there.
It was actually you. I
Was
apologize.
it me?
In your text, I
Yeah,
think.
that's on you
Yeah.
for not correcting it then.
I saw it quickly.
Credit to me for typing them out while I was recording.
I appreciate it.
Wow, trouble in paradise up in the building.
Unbelievable, PFT. Look,
No,
you gotta
we're
get a
good.
load of this guy.
Back down the stream, the
Spell check,
Wonton
guys.
Don,
Use it.
17 blocks deep. Donnie 2-2 in the preseason with the ABM of 34.5. Remember, ABM average blocks per match. The first tiebreaker if teams are tied will be head-to-head record But if they split in the regular season, everybody plays everybody twice. ABM will be the second tiebreaker. And, Jeff, you got to figure that's going to come into play at some point in one of these groups.
Yeah, it definitely will. Donnie doing a reverse chisel. Oh, put it back. I thought he was going to try to pull from the other side. But no, now he's got a bit of a panic as the countdown is on from our ref from to pick a block.
20 seconds to pick a block.
Spider now
He's testing
is
out
here.
everything.
Remember, this is not an actual shot clock. It's just the clock to pick a block, and then it's unlimited
Yeah,
time.
you can't sit here punching the blocks for an hour and a half. But Donnie knew what he was doing. Very smart move on Donnie's part. Why not use the time to find something that works, something in your favor as he attempts the retower.
It was an interesting strategy for sure. I thought that he found at least 2 blocks that would have come out just as easily as that one, but Donnie wanted to explore the entire tower, which I guess that might be able to help him in the later rounds if you can remember which block was which.
It's the John Fedelberg tactic. It's to hit everything on the tower, and it eventually loosens up other blocks as well. But he's having a bit of an issue here.
The
Do a drop?
1 spot to go. Dropping is legal. Big Ev's done it before.
You're good.
Kiss him, kiss
Just
him,
kiss that.
kiss him.
Spider
Make him
ensuring
kiss.
that all the landscaping up top is done successfully.
Other side too, kiss him. I want him kissing.
Guys, Spider did not come to mess around today. Spider is here to enforce the rules. And
He's
chew
that
gum.
new perch
Guess
up
what?
there.
He's all out of bubble
Look
gum.
at that. Bird's eye view for Spider. A few turns ago, he actually got on his feet and stood on top of our Heinen hard seltzer chair.
That's why he's the
Ones
best
are a
ref
little
there
to
is.
the right.
Back to Big Ev. And Jeff, the bottom of the tower has gone untouched. Why do you think that's so?
Should I climb back
That
up?
is surprising, but
Tower sus.
that kind of shows that this match may go a little longer than usual. This could break the average. Average right around the high 20s, mid 30s, because typically the bottom of the tower will become easy as things loosen above it. But you are right. No one's really gone after it. These are experienced players, though. They have a strategy. They know what they're doing.
All 4 players with an ABM of at least 35. So they've shown that they can go the distance in their matches.
30 seconds to pick a block.
Liz and Big Ev playing together for the first time. The Donnies have played together once. They lost in a 42-block thriller back in August.
Wonton Don, one of the original Jenga players.
20
That top
seconds
row
now
is-
to pick a
is
block.
way to the
Maybe
left.
go back to this middle block and see if you can tap it from this side.
Wonton Don noting something wrong with the top row as well. We could have an
could come
unstable
back
10
tower
seconds to
soon.
pick a block.
Now the pressure's on Big Ev. Does not have to
Got
pull
it.
it out, but he's going with a Tittleman's crest
5,
down the middle.
4,
This is my
3,
He's
He's
picking
picked
that
the block.
block.
He's picked the block.
one that's got to be your block there.
He's picked the Tittleman's crest. Tittleman's crest, for those of you at home new to our Jenga broadcasts, that is a middle block in a full
Nice and
slate that you
slow.
extract and creates a little bit of a hole.
Yeah, he's making a great crest right here. This is a good pull, a tough
got
tower.
it.
I think I jinxed the tower. I
Easy.
said it looked like it was pretty easy, but it's tightened up quite a bit here.
That was light work.
The move by
right there for Big
with a
Ev.
wonton Don didn't do much to
That's
loosen the
good.
tower.
That was also good teamwork. There was some communication going on behind the scenes between Liz and Big Ev. There were some questions going into the season about whether or not they'd be able to communicate effectively. It looks like so far so good. Almost like Aaron Rodgers on the
This fucking
honeymoon with a
guy.
new coach before he makes that guy hate his living guts and blow up the entire team again, as he always does. So we'll see how long the season honeymoon lasts between the two of them.
That was a deflating pull for the chalk
Yeah.
right there. They're not discouraged, but
Chef Donnie
you
making
hate-
it look easy.
You hate seeing a block that easy, but Liz right back at them. This is one of Liz's skills. Well, always can
Go for one on
find
the
an
bottom.
easy block midway through the game. Those 2 back-to-back turns were quite impressive.
Going
That's
with
the
that
witch
4th
fingers.
row, the
She's got-
highest you can go.
Witch mode activated.
20 blocks in. The extraction is complete. Only 1 space to go on the eastern side. And Liz completes another full slate. Jeff, big thanks to everybody watching on YouTube and Facebook. This broadcast
Yep.
is available on 4 platforms, the blog, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. If you're watching on YouTube and Facebook, don't be afraid to give it a like and a subscribe.
It's right there. You're hovering right over it.
Yeah.
I heard it gives you better luck to win the progressive
It
jackpot if
does.
you like and
Scoop the one
subscribe.
on the
If you're on
side.
YouTube, give it a poke while you're at
Gotta
it.
get the middle one.
Poke me.
That's Facebook PFT.
Just a smidge.
Both.
You know?
You can poke on YouTube too.
Feel free to
It
poke
doesn't go
PFT on
through.
Facebook as
Start
well.
running out.
I won't make any Facebook references today, as I was left hanging last time I brought up a like for TBH.
It's actually a
No
really
one knew what I was
pretty tower.
talking about.
It's a pretty design.
It's just well, you're talking to 2 people not in the right
Yep.
era on that
Yep.
one. PFT and I will talk
in
about
the
the
middle?
MySpace top 8 and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
Sets
Jeff
me
and I will
up
have
for
a
a
long
drop.
conversation about AIM away messages.
Oh, I mean, we know about that.
Nice place there by Donnie. We've had 3 easy polls in a row for the most part. Can Ev find one as well?
Fun fact about Jeff DeLoe, he was the Atari king of away messages in college. He had a different Atari's lyric that he would put up every time he would sign off. Last time, I think he went 2 years without reusing the same one twice.
One of my screen names is the reference to Jeff Garcia
Interesting.
and another player who I won't name.
What does that mean?
Not a good guy.
Hey.
Wow.
Browns
All right,
tight end.
all right,
Not a
T.O.
good
Cool,
dude.
good pull.
Gary Barnage. I don't know. it's
No,
a
not
random
good. The
Browns tight end
barnyard is not a bad dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Our commissioner, God, knew who it was.
23 blocks deep.
Jason Campbell.
Donnie going with that penultimate row from the bottom.
Smart to attack the bottom. Now, I think the bottom is going to probably have the remaining easy polls because we have a couple full slates towards the top. The top third,
Yep.
Jake, and I don't think those are easy. I think those are rather firm and glued in. I don't know if we're going to have many people touching those until desperation time comes later on.
Back to the top of the order to Liz. Approaching the end of that 0 to 29 range in question 4. Most popular pick, 36 to 38 at 31%. But once again, Liz goes west and an easy extraction.
We're just in that zone, Jake, right? That zone of 18 to 28, I always point out, is a little easier than the rest of the game. Right now, things are just kind of coming to every player without much hesitation. Eventually, it will start to get wobbly, but usually here you can find some easier pulls at the halfway mark.
Donnie going low, or at least attempts to. No answers there.
Lower
Pivots
half
to
of
the
this
top.
tower- Lower half of this tower is just absolutely destroyed right now. It's just, it's Tittleman's crest. It's hanging towers. It's devastation. Donnie would probably do well to go low, but it seems like he's not having much luck with the extraction on those.
Donnie's still searching for an answer. He's never pulled the losing block. Only player out of this foursome that can say that.
He's got one.
Chiseling out a potential Tittleman's crest.
Yeah, he likes that one. I like it too. I think he's going to be very happy with that one.
Little wobbly, Jake. Ooh, I think it just hit a snag.
I'm looking right now. I'm checking out Liz Gonzalez's mask. There's rumors that Liz's mask is on upside down
It
or
is.
inside
It is
out.
upside down.
It is not.
I'm told that
I
right
fold,
now.
I fold the nose, but
Oh, okay.
Liz, don't take it off. Dear God.
PFT, not a fashion expert right
Are you
now.
sure it's on
Not a
the
fashion
correct way?
expert.
Not a mask expert.
positive.
Meanwhile, Donnie got the block out as PFT was investigating Liz's mask.
When you got lips like these, you can't cover them up.
Great place, great pull.
Still some cleaning up to do.
Kiss him. Kiss him.
Not good enough yet for Spider in the stripes.
Love the no complaining today. I want to
Yeah.
note that. You gotta love this league. The draft saw a lot of people who aren't complainers picked. And right now, you're just getting pure Jenga.
Right.
Maybe a little trash talk. You know what? More time
That's
for
good.
trash talking.
Let's
hopefully.
work.
I think in our next match, fights in KFC versus Billy and Rudy, we'll see something.
We will see some hijinks in the next match. Billy has a lot of redemption.
Billy's a
on the
weirdo.
line. Billy's a strange guy.
Back to Big Ev.
Who's Billy's partner?
Billy and Rudy.
5'11" and a half, 270-pound, 25-year-old from Goshen, New York. His Buckeyes fresh off a big win. Sorry, Jeff, over your Penn State and Alliance.
It's okay. Not acknowledging it.
Should I go bottom?
Yeah.
Now, Big Ev has been, he's been notably working out a lot recently. He's been taking advantage of the quarantine situation to get super healthy. Rumors are out there that he's no longer the double vodka don, maybe just a single vodka,
Oh, that changed.
maybe just one vodka at a time.
Oh, nice.
Big Ev refuting those rumors. Gets out the Eastern Block, creates a double hanger on top of a bice. Squeezing
Nice
those blocks
kissing
together.
Easy. That was a great. What a soft, subtle, small finger push with the thumb there to make sure nothing toppled over. That was a great move by Ev.
It's not just the placement, it's not just the extraction, it's the mentality that the double vodka Don has. He is very confident in his Jenga play, only to be surpassed by Chef Donnie, who I think his average time per block has got to be somewhere south of the Patino. We're talking like 7-8 seconds.
Cold.
Jeff Donnie and Robbie Fox, two of the quickest players that we have. That's why they were ranked up where they were.
Donnie, the first pick.
There you go. There you go. Good
Big
Just like
Ev
that,
taking at
though.
7.
Liz does it as well. Here's the question, Jake. Will anybody attack that bottom row? And will they take the middle block?
This may be the longest we've gone with the bottom row untouched.
I don't know. I'll be honest. I'm an expert. I know the Jenga tower as well as anyone. I know these skills, these competitors. I don't really know what happens to that bottom row this far in when it's not touched. Does it make it harder or easier? I think we're about to find out.
Donnie going to test that for now.
It's very sturdy, I believe he said. PFT, it looks like that bottom row is not moving at all.
It's not. It's not. That thing is it's cemented into place, almost like it's stuck to the bottom with dried honey.
A lot of glued in
Can I take
rows,
from
it
here?
seems.
No.
You got to go at least
Yeah.
3 down.
It smells like cookies in
row.
here now. You
It
notice
does.
that?
Seconds to pick
Smells
a
nice.
block.
Oh, it just smells like cookies in here all of a sudden.
I think Jeff's having a stroke.
I smell something up here.
What the hell?
Jeff, are you okay?
Someone opened up a
the side of your
package
face
EL
numb?
fudge up here.
Donnie trying to take out a Tittleman's crest. 6 rows down. With that left hand, it's out. Only 1 spot to go.
Donnie, known as a traveler, known as an adventurer, that's what he does with the Jenga tower. He scopes out every possible move before finding the one he needs to make. He started at the bottom and made a pull towards the top. That's a great, impressive Jenga play. The loser of this match won't get their points. They won't
This
get
is
those
good
3
practice,
points for the
bro.
group.
Yeah. And the
However,
one above it.
doesn't mean much, I think. Even the loser today, still my favorite to make it through to the play. I think these two teams are the favorite from this group.
And remember, the longer the match, the higher ABM will go, which could help you in a tie-breaking scenario.
Guys, this tower is a problem.
Probably.
The tower's angry.
It's still moving, PFT, right?
The tower is angry. We've
your
got a
time.
pissed off tower right now.
And look where we are. We're at block 30. We're out of that range of 18 to 28 where things come easy. This is now where shit gets serious.
Yep, that 0 to 29 range eliminated. Next up, 30 to 35, our second most popular pick at
That one or there's
27%.
one a couple below that too, 3 below that.
This is real. It's coming this way hard.
Suddenly, Jeff, not many moves you can pick out.
Guys, this thing is all over the place. Wobble diddy, wobble diddy, wobble diddy, wobble. Wobble diddy, wobble diddy, wobble diddy.
It's leaning hard.
Bill
this
Shakespeare.
way.
Wobble.
See this one right here?
Because if I pull, it's going to come this way. I'm trying to think of how to like.
Bounce out.
60 seconds
There's
to pick a
at
block.
most, I believe, right around 10 moves on this tablet.
Still a
If I
lot.
go for one of these, I'm going to have to hold
That is
it
a
up
lot.
and try to wedge it out. But the bottom's so tight.
Yeah.
50 seconds now to pick a block.
You got to start thinking about going up top here.
Big Ed not even
Yeah.
touched the
Top is
block
looking
yet.
Juicy, juicy, juicy.
Take your time.
But again, it's so top heavy. The slightest breeze could knock it over.
This is just Jenga luck. Sometimes it comes down to you having a tower
30 seconds to pick a block.
with so few moves, and that's where Ev is at
The
right
one
now.
on row,
30 to 35 range.
There just aren't any obvious
the one on
moves.
row 4.
Which one, my side or?
Yeah. Your side. See if
15 seconds to pick a block.
Ev is still not picked.
there you go.
There's a little motion coming out there.
Going with that Western block.
10 seconds.
I think he's got one, guys.
Row 4.
He's got one
Yeah.
that he likes.
5
Just
seconds.
slowly.
3,
He's picked this block.
2, 1. That's got to be your block.
That is Big Ev's block. No turning back
You
for
got
the
it.
25-year-old.
Do it slowly
Tower
and put your
twisting a
fingers
bit.
on
We've
the
not seen the
block
tower
above and
twist at all in
below
these first two
to
matches.
support it a little bit.
And now you can see that block turning from our angle.
Very little emotion from Big Ev in the midst of this pivotal turn.
Locked in.
Liz trying her best to coach him. You see on the outside, Great work by our cameraman, Mr. 25K-ish, Tom Mullins.
Rub that wound in.
You got it.
Great turn here by Ev. Other block starting to move.
Turning counterclockwise.
I don't know how much more you can twist that block as you see the other blocks are starting to move
Slow,
out, Joe.
slow.
That eastern one. Sliding out a bit to the right.
Now here comes the extraction.
It's harder on this side. It's blocking there a little bit.
Some more movement. Can Ev take out block 30?
I think he's going to get it.
Am I allowed to scream?
There's going to be one little.
Here we go. Last
Pivotal.
moment of the block. Will it stay upright?
I think he's got it.
Oh, the wiggle!
You got it. You got it.
I don't know,
He
Jim.
stabilizes. That's
Got it.
legal.
And this block is, excuse me, this tower is super
That's
sloppy.
good.
It's good.
Yep.
We still
Well
have that
done.
fifth row, that right
That
block hanging
absolute
a little bit.
mess, Jake. That is a mess now, but
Hell of
that's
a
what
job.
Ev needed to do to stay alive in this match. But this tower is a disaster
This
right
one's
now.
gonna go win.
Now it's
Top.
Chef
Just walk it
Donnie.
out.
0-1 in his career, one losing block. Can he avoid history?
That's good shit.
Donnie is making
Going down low.
I don't
No.
I don't know.
Issue.
I don't know if I
Taking
like this.
out.
I love it.
Oh my goodness, and it almost fell. He can stabilize it now with the
Jesus,
replacement, but
eight.
what side does he choose?
He's got options.
10-4.
Going east. Some more movement up top. Gotta put it on the top of the tower.
Wow.
It's good.
Wow, Jake, I thought that was the wrong side to place it, and I actually think it's going to make this tower now even less sturdy. I think it was a ballsy move there by Chef Donnie. It was leaning that way, and now it's even more so leaning that way. What a wiggle out here to remove this block. The bottom three we had heard were super sturdy, glued in place, not going to work. And there you see, it was leaning east. It was leaning now where he is standing away from him, and yet he still placed the block there. This tower is in bad shape as Liz steps up to the plate.
Back to Liz, 32 blocks deep. Remember, we're still in the midst of that 30 to 35
There's one in the
range.
middle that was kind of loose too. I don't know.
27% of the field. Liz going with a Tillman's crest.
The only positive thing to think about here
Liz-
is that if she does get the pull, she can stabilize the tower away from where it's leaning. She has to make that pull.
I'm not looking at her butt, just for the record. I don't know if the camera's on me right now. I'm respecting Liz and her
good man,
personal
PFT.
space. Thank you.
Honorable sideline reporter.
It had a huge,
Let me know when her butt's gone.
it had a huge move away, but it doesn't fall.
Still has to retower. A lot of sloppiness on those first 5-6 rows. But she has no
Kiss 'em,
issues.
kiss 'em.
Not good enough for Spider just yet.
Yeah, they're a little away from each other. Spider was ready. He had that kiss him ready to go. Kiss those blocks. She
Other
does.
side.
It's that far side of our Sky Cam presented by Hanyu and Hard Seltzer. Giving the best angle possible to ensure there are no gaps.
That's good. That's
And
good
it
enough,
is
I guess.
clear.
You want
Whatever.
me to?
No, he said it's good.
Spider
Whatever.
Whatever. Let's go.
kind of went back on his word
Oh,
there, but he lets it
interesting.
fly.
Interesting.
Whatever.
It's clean.
Interesting. This
Prefer it a
tower,
little
those
bit
top
cleaner, but-
5 rows are a
Sorry, it's hard to see.
mess,
about, like,
Jake.
No,
you know,
it's hard
the aerial.
They are a mess. And there are only on this tower, I see
He's gonna
1,
get into
2,
both of you,
3, 4. I see about, I think I see about 7 or 8 moves on this tower. We are nearing a point where every move could be a disaster. This tower is incredibly unstable.
Donnie's he's definitely going to loosen up some blocks. I don't think he knows which ones he's loosening up, but he's just, he's assaulting the tower. He's saying, listen, block, if you're not the one, at least tell your friend.
Donnie chiseling with some force.
Guys, I'm going to have some more high noon.
I need hard seltzer. Just 100 calories on the intake for PFT.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What are we about to get, Jake?
Can we get 2 most exciting words in Jenga? Still a long way to go for the Wonton Don.
Is he going to commit to it? Looks like he is. That thing is all the way out.
It's out. He's got anywhere he can go up top.
Oh, man, this tower is leaning, Jake.
Which way is he going to re-tower it?
I like that move.
It's out, and we have our first hanging tower in league history.
I like that move. The hanging tower, indeed. This tower is incredible. What a tough Jenga tower to have to play with. And the re-tower by Donnie was smart there. The Wonton Don put it in the middle, meaning that Chef Donnie, if he has to go, will only have to pick one side as opposed to towering in the middle. We know towering in the middle is the hardest thing to do. That was a great job by the Wonton Don.
Still in the middle of that 30 to 35 range.
And here's Big Ev actually taking a move that he set up earlier. He pulled the block that helped set up this move because it kind of wedged out a few
the side
rows.
the side
This is now the 4th row, and he can go after it.
Like which way should I like
swivel
kind
it
of
towards
direct
you.
it?
Yeah, swivel it towards you.
Like should I hold it or like push it? I'm saying the tower.
Hold it like this and take it out. Yeah.
Is he good now?
Gav goes east side. Liz doing a great job on the sideline.
You got it.
And it re-centers.
It actually, yeah, you're right, Jake. It re-centered. It was not leaning. It was leaning to center up.
It's amazing, guys. The tower almost, it finds a way. You know, once its equilibrium gets put off, it's an evolving organism. And when you add and subtract blocks, it maintains homeostasis. It's beautiful. It's like its own biome.
It actually
Shout out
was a
7th grade
move
biology.
that helped fix the tower, PFT.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It leaned back into a better position.
Nice move by Big Ev. And Jeff, let's rewind and check out that motion of the recentering.
Sorry, I didn't know how to.
Yeah, I think people
like
saw
this
they saw it move and they figured, oh, this might be toppling over. No, Ev was actually making the tower sturdier. There you see, it leaned back into a center position, but then it leaned a little more towards him, so it's still kind of going that way. But the tower is actually in better shape than when he first stepped up to it.
All right, we're at a pivotal moment. This is the end of the 30 to 35 range. If Donnie Jenga's here, 27% pick a winner in question 4. If not, we'll go on to our most popular pick, 36 to 38, taken by 31% of the field. Remember, entering this match, we have roughly 15,000 join our contest on the Play Barstool app.
He's exploring
Only
the tower.
423 alive.
Guys, we've reached the point in this game where there are no good moves. There are only less bad moves. So Donnie right now, he's examining, he's talking to the tower, he's communicating. We'll see if the tower talks back.
PFT looking comfy down there on the turf. Now it's Chef Donnie who's made it look easy in the majority of his turns.
$60 seconds to pick a block.
I think he's got one that he likes. That one's
Another
easy,
easy pull, unbelievable.
peasy.
How he finds these is
lemon,
impressive to say the
squeezy.
least.
Jeff, no matter who wins this match, as Donnie attempts to
Simple.
tower on the west side, you're right. These two teams look like
It's like
they are in it
Steelers
to win
Ravens
it.
yesterday. You're going to see the two teams in the playoffs.
Throughout the record.
That's my prediction. No offense to PFT. I think you're going to see these two teams in the playoffs.
Fuck you, Jeff.
Kiss him way more.
A lot of work to be done according to Spider.
Want to fix everyone else's mistake too?
Oh. Not a complaint from Chef Donnie, but a bit of a chirp to the ref.
Keep that in mind. We keep it cool with the refs over here. Respectful, high class.
A little bit of fire.
Spider taking notes, something to monitor as we move forward.
Wow, all right.
On to block 36. Top of the order, it's Liz.
Liz is up again. Again, just dropping that thing in my face. Making it hard for me to do my job on the sidelines.
We get another easy pull, and we are nearing Jake.
She's
We
got
are
what
nearing
she likes.
No more easy pulls left on the board.
this tower not having many more pulls.
Right. Remember, that's the only way that
She
Donnie,
likes this
the
one
Chef Donnie,
a
pulled his
lot.
losing block back in August.
Yeah, he
How
was
many
stuck.
times does that happen though? Like, in how many games has it come to this?
We've come down. We've come
This
down
block's
to
a
no
winner.
more
Say about
moves a
like
few times.
10 to 15%, maybe.
This
Yeah, it's
block
rare,
is
but
a
we've come down to
winner.
tower math. Tower math is when Jake obviously.
Yep.
There's no more moves except for a tablecloth.
Whoa!
Put on that side.
Quick re-tower to stop the movement.
I think it's fine.
We're in the middle of our most popular pick, question 4, the range of 36 to 38.
10-4.
Now I would say it is leaning the other way.
Hold, Donnie.
It is leaning
Jeff,
the other
we
way.
mentioned earlier the quick re-tower here to help stabilize from Liz.
Yeah, she pulled it out and it was kind of centered, and
That's why I
now
put
it
on that
started to
side.
lean a little more away
Look
from
how
her.
quick that is.
I actually think, yeah, that's why she's one of the best players. Her instincts in the Jenga tower are almost unmatched. It was actually stabilizing a little more on replay. I think I was wrong on that.
No,
Seeing
Jeff-
the replay, it was starting to center a bit more.
Jeff, I saw it from down here. It was deceiving a little bit because Liz, when she re-towered, she didn't panic. A lot of people would just slam that block down and maintain it. She just like calmly touched the bottom of the block to the top of the tower and stabilized the entire thing. That's the witch fingers. Liz has black magic in those hands. I don't know what the hell is going on, but she is proving why she's one of the top ranked players in the entire competition.
Donnie has to match that now, PFT.
Back to the wonton
Big shoes to
don.
fill.
Remember, Donnie has never pulled a losing block.
It's leaning
Does that streak end here? Or needs to pull it off?
He's in rarefied air with the likes of Jim Florentine, of course.
Yes.
That's why I was like, put it on your side. 'Cause you put on
Two
that side.
legends of the
Undrafted
game.
free agent. But remember, Jeff, all of those undrafted free agents, there's a 4-week period where captains can cut their teammate.
I think I need to go
Something to
high.
monitor.
I wonder, I'm already wondering if Tommy is going to cut Frankie.
say
It wasn't
yeah.
Frankie's fault, but Tommy did not like the back
You can
talk
get
after
one
that
from-
match.
Frankie did call him, quote, a terrorist
third
for how
row.
he approached his draft strategy.
Here.
Is that pullable?
Is this pullable? Is this pullable?
Yes.
Yeah, that row.
Now the wonton don.
If any of those are loose, I think that the left
Questioning
hand, that side might be
The
the
legality of a move.
might be your best bet. I wouldn't chisel it. I'd kind of just do that.
Block moving, but so is the
Found
tower.
a Lucy here. That one's ready to be pulled.
This is where I need two hands.
You could come from under and coax it out. But that's looking good.
Donnie going west for the time being.
Great
Got it
pull.
out.
I don't see any issues.
Can
Set
go
them up
middle
for
or
a
can
middle
go
drop.
right. Jeff, is there a strategy here, middle or right?
There is a strategy. We'll see which one he goes up there, and I will talk about it after he does it.
was utterly smooth, just like the
Yep,
1999
that was it.
smash hit by
That was it.
Carlos
He has now
Santana.
put
So
them
wide
in a
right.
tougher situation.
Great pull.
Again, that was the
Supernatural
problem with
pull.
that initial retower. Now, Liz had to put it there. She had to stable out the tower. It stabilized, but it gave Donnie the opportunity, wonton don that is, to put it on the right side, forcing Ev to need to do a middle of the tower retower if he pulls his block.
Guys,
30-18.
we've seen this tower go through several evolutions this game. It's gone from being pissed off to being slightly curious to being unstable to being a little wobbly to now being, it looks like more stable. It's like Madonna. It keeps reinventing itself as the game progresses further. Right now, Big Ev, when he approached the tower, just trying to figure out where are you at in your life right now, Tower? Are you ready to do this together?
The end of our most popular range depends on this block. 38. Big F.
There's a couple sneaky rows in the middle there. There's a full slate, actually, in the almost exact
Right
middle,
there. He's
where
touching
Ev
right
is
now.
touching
Yep.
right now.
Which one, this one?
This has to be the longest that we've seen a full slate in the middle of the tower. At block 38. Almost out of room on my sheet here, Jim.
Yeah.
Only goes to 47.
We've seen one go 50. Liz was actually on the winning side of that match. With Rhea back in September.
You hate
On
seeing
that road
any
that you
team
were?
lose here today. You almost wish it was like the World Cup where you get a tie. But you can't.
60 seconds
No
to pick a
ties
block.
in our league. Wins and losses only.
If they both ran into the tower,
wonder
all
what this
four
one
at the
is.
same time,
This-
maybe.
I'm afraid that one
I
has
don't
too
see
much
that
weight
happening.
on it.
But
crooked.
it's Ev's turn, so it would technically be his losing
Yeah,
block.
see? There's no way for a tie. That's why you hate
I
seeing
think
one
you
of
can
these
tap
teams
this middle one out.
This one?
That's
Yeah.
what
I think it's just
backfired.
super tight.
Harry
Can
Potter
we,
and
like,
Cedric Diggory tried to do that
poke it?
together.
Idiots.
Didn't-
One of them
didn't-
died.
45
Yeah,
seconds
exactly.
to pick a block now.
I'm going to interrupt you there, Jake. I don't think that we're going to see anybody lose this game. I think we're going to see somebody win it. Much like last night's competition between Jake and I in PGA Tour 2K21, in which I soundly defeated him on a 25-foot putt on the 21st hole. Fun fact.
That 21st hole needed because PFT blew a 3-stroke lead with 2 holes
Oh.
remaining.
Interesting note there. PFT likes to sneak in propaganda during the broadcasts.
For someone who's accused
I like
our
to sneak in
commissioner of so much.
I like to do that. Okay, yeah.
Oh.
It's like Kim Jong-un being like, hey man, your haircut's kind of weird.
Come on, dude. Somebody needs to
Nice
lose
and
this.
easy.
Have going with the Eastern Bloc.
This could be an impressive pull.
Ooh!
Remember, he has to go down the middle. He got the extraction, but he's still got plenty of work to do up top.
Here's that strategy from Jeff Wonton Don in play. Will it pay off? That is a really tough tower. One of the toughest I've actually ever
You know
seen,
what?
Jake.
Come on this side
Here's the
and,
coaching from
tap
Liz.
it with that block to the
She's
to the
good
left.
at the floor general.
Yeah. There. You got it easy.
Oh, he just made it worse somehow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeff, we have word from our control room. There's going to be an instant replay on this move, no matter how it ends.
A major announcement coming up.
Every time he touches the block, it starts to narrow up on the other side. He keeps needing to reposition them.
Yeah, just put it in and
The
then
Wonton Don,
and see where the other
PFT,
blocks
you might
are.
be right. He may have won the match with that move.
Yeah, yeah, not a loser. Just a couple winners.
Oh.
Spider with the Tommy Smokes-like sound effect.
Spider.
In the
Wait,
umpire's
okay.
chair.
That one in.
Come over here and tap. Give yourself a big enough hole. So tap them.
It keeps, when I push it this way, it just tilts the one
Spit
inside.
on it first.
So tap that one and then tap the other one. And give yourself, and then you'll have to push them back in when you're done. But I mean, it's
It just keeps like, makes it narrow on the side.
and then push the other one. Okay, and drop what you can right now. Like,
I don't think it's gonna.
you got it. Take your time.
Needs a couple inches right here.
Big Ev struggling with this retower.
Do you want to use the box?
No, I don't know if he's allowed to use the box.
He's allowed to use the Apple box. Apple box is allowed. Every competitor is allowed
No
to use it
shame.
at some point.
Thought you
No
had to
shame
be
in using the
below
box, guys.
5'9" to qualify for the box.
Big Ev at 5'11 and a half.
Any competitor can use it.
Okay.
Just two and a half.
He does not want it.
Oh, he doesn't
Get
want
that
that.
box out of
Get
here.
out of here.
Wow.
Get that shit out of here, he says.
Swatted Dikembe
Every
Mutombo
time
at the
I keep telling the
box.
same thing, I keep moving it one way and then.
Remember, this
Okay,
38th
what about
block
this?
is at
What
the
if
end
you-
of our most
Yeah,
popular
what if
event.
you-
Yo, come on.
In
Pick
question
up that
4,
this block
31%.
a
Big
little
Ev
bit
selects
and move
the
it to the
pull the
left.
losing block in just 28% of the picks.
He's starting to reposition the other blocks.
Tick, 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 tick,
It's
tick.
moment.
This might be it.
Spider
He's
going
got
with
it.
a
He's got it.
boomer.
He's got it. He's got to be patient.
He's going to go for the drop, it looks like. Oh, and he does
Every
it
time I
again.
keep
Every time he
moving it,
touches it,
I keep doing the
they
same
narrow up. It's weird. It's like a magnet's inside of it.
So every time he switches one side, the other.
He can
self-corrects.
move one of the side blocks if he wants to the middle, but that would require him to reposition other blocks at the block. He can do that though.
It's like he's digging a ditch and throwing the dirt directly over his shoulder back into said ditch.
Yeah.
He can
try
move one of the left or right
scooch it
to
in
the
in
middle. But
Remember,
that
if one of those side blocks fall, it's a Jenga.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
The block he pulled can hit the
Take your
ground.
block
Anything else
and
would be a
move that
Jenga.
one, or the one on the other side actually.
All it takes is
to the
one.
middle, and then place this one on the edge.
Then just slide it.
Yeah. Slide this
Risky
one
move, but
to
honestly,
the middle,
I think it's
slowly.
needed, Jake. I think he has to do this move.
Something's got to give.
We're wobbling.
It's risky.
You got it. You got it. You just got to do it really, really slowly. I think that's honestly the better chance than dropping.
I'm fascinated by the way in which these blocks
And you know what you
continue
could
to
even
turn
do
every
too
time
is
it's
put your
dropping
finger
down.
on the block below, on the row below, and push it in with your middle finger.
Take your left hand.
Now he's going back to his initial strategy, trying to squeeze it in.
Any block falls, it's a Jenga, Jake.
Except the one he's holding.
Oh my God.
Spider making interesting noises here.
Okay, see how you're scooching that one to the right? I think you need to scooch it to the left end.
First two uses
went
of
from this
Yeah.
side.
Yeah.
Could this be the longest term
It is
in league history?
So,
Yeah, just
and
gently.
there's some news afterwards too, Jake.
Scooch.
Don't do it all at once. Do like this side. Do the side closest to you first, and then worry about the other side. So this side,
Scooch the
push it
entire
in.
tower.
So it'll be at an angle, and then you'll go on the other side and angle it
Donnie's
back.
starting to talk a little bit
You
now
got it.
too. They see the moment.
Take the tip and move it to the right.
What, you're saying like this?
No, other way.
10.
On the other side of the block,
Is it a
take
shot clock?
this on this side of the block. Take it and
No
push
actual
it in,
countdown, Big Ev.
but not in the middle.
countdown.
Right on this edge where you were.
You're saying push it like this?
Yes, exactly.
Guys, I'm
Yeah,
looking
and
at
then
the
to move it
source
this side
of
over
the
here.
Instability down here. It's
There you go.
it
Slowly.
really begins on about row 7. The
And it'll
bottom
scooch. It's just going to take time.
5, 6 rows are actually very, very stable right now.
We haven't really seen a move like this pulled off that I can remember. At least
I
this
think Billy's
late.
attempted
This
it a
side,
time or
switch
two.
it like that.
Remember, you can also use your hand as long as you only have use the one hand. Like use your fingers.
But yeah, really taking his time. Making sure.
It is leaning in the wrong direction for him to make the move. That's the problem here. One slight error and that thing will tumble down.
The longest turn in league history.
In league history.
I'm not really sure.
Use your
I'm
fingers.
not really sure what
Use
he's
your
thinking about when he's
fingers.
staring at
Look
the.
at
It is
finger.
legal.
As long as
Remember,
you
at the
only-
end of the day,
just
Jeff,
use
we're
the
playing
one
for 10
hand,
grand.
You're good.
$10,000. They gotta be focused. And $1,000
There you
people at home.
Yes.
There are people who did
Yeah,
not
that's
take
a
Ev,
little
who
shove
don't
with
want
your
Ev
finger.
to pull this last block.
He's,
You got it.
he's almost like joining the blocks together, moving two of them at the same time. I've never
Yep,
seen
just
this
be patient
technique
with it. You
before.
got it.
He's just giving him a buddy block.
It's going.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going.
Trying to center that
Starting to
second
work.
block.
You got this, Ed.
Slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely indeed, Jake.
Don't worry about the wobble. It's you're fine. Keep going. Slow and steady.
This is incredible to watch. Painstaking. A bit of a blow from Madani's back there.
If you do it at the same time,
You could even,
probably do it.
if you wanted, pick it up.
Again,
Yeah,
Jake.
pick it up and move it. The middle block.
Some
Yeah.
news will come down the
You just
line
have
right
to
in this
you do it with
tournament.
one hand, but your hands are big enough that you can do that.
When Big Ev first started this turn, the Browns were 5 and 2.
Ev, he's just picking it up now.
If I pick it all the way up, do you think it'll tilt over?
I would pick it up from like the butt so that the tip of it is still on there. So there's still some sort of force on there.
Dun, gotta be careful there.
Liz just invented
Can't go into the box.
the butt of the block. I'm not sure
Yeah, the butt of the block.
Like this,
which part that is.
but keep
the butt
keep
and
it
the tip.
Well, you
the tip
refer
of
to it
it
as
like
the
on the
acid
thing, so
block
there's still
PFT,
force
that's
on there.
the
You have
difference.
control
The
over.
tuchus,
Yeah, the tuchus.
as Jake would say.
That's it. You're doing it. That's it.
Centering it. Jeff, word is from the booth, this is approaching a 12-minute turn, by far the longest ever.
That's it. You're doing
This
it.
turn started, folks.
$10,000.
Perry Ellis was a sophomore.
Yeah, slow and steady.
Now he's
Former
got
Part of My Take Takey's presenter last year for 19-year-old of the year.
Ev trying to join the blocks to stabilize the tower at the
Hold
top.
on,
He's
don't
going to
let
have a
that-
lot of yard work to do
Push
up there,
this in
though.
first before you do that, because if one falls.
This is all because the Wonton Don decided to retower and force the Chuck to have to retower
Okay,
in the
this
middle.
side
It's created this
is not in,
horror
but it's
show
pretty good. Focus
that
on
we're
getting it on
witnessing.
your side.
The
Side
Wonton
that's
Don right
closest
now
to you.
in line with one of the best moves we've seen in this early season.
Jesus Christ.
PFT has had it
Okay,
with
now
this turn.
this one, see, lightly tap it.
Jesus.
I'm going to get a high noon.
Dear God.
Donnie gonna get comfortable with the Heineken hard
might-
seltzer.
See if you can give that one a tap tap.
That looks great.
Top, yeah. On that side,
Ev's
yeah.
focused. He wants that money. Liz wants that money.
Yeah.
Ev did say he'd probably just be an ASS hole with it and gamble responsibly with that money.
Barstool Sports book app.
Yes, of course. Liz said she has not thought about it, would probably save it. Probably the smart thing to do.
Classic Liz.
PFT said he would spend it all on a purse, I believe.
I would, yeah, I would
You
simp
need
out
that
big
to
time.
take
Buy a
off
purse
down
for
down.
Kelly.
PFT in this
These are
group.
not moving. A little bit, a little nudge.
Can't she just buy a purse with her half of the money?
Yeah, no, I'm just going to give her all the money so she can buy her purse and shut up about asking me and Big Cat to buy her purses all the time.
So now PFT on record, the second team to give his partner the whole 10K.
But there's something being taken there.
Yeah.
Like Dave, we get why. That's nothing to Dave. He sneezes that money.
Also, it's important to keep
The fight's
Kelly
one.
happy.
Surprising.
Kelly, the hardest working person at Barstool Sports, besides everybody else that isn't extremely needy and has to have other people say that they're the hardest working person.
Big Ev doing some more shenanigans up top, but so far, he's making progress.
I'm making a ton of progress.
You're almost there.
He's almost done, but he has to get those
The
blocks.
one in the middle, and then we're Gucci.
Has to get that block.
Yeah.
Spider giving him pointers on how to complete this turn.
Ooh, I
We
think
just
that's
do
it.
some election humor, folks. CNN is now
I mean,
projecting
you know what? Matter of fact,
that
that's
the chalk
good.
has won.
It's good from Spider. However, Jeff, we've been buzzed from the booth. A potential violation
Oh,
here
no.
from
We're
Big
gonna
Ev.
go to Replay.
Remember, there was no call on the floor, so it's got to be conclusive to be a violation.
Yep. We'll see after the poll when he was thinking about the tower, he
Oh, there it is,
did
the right
two-hand
index
touch.
finger.
Tough after a 12 to 15 minute turn. He did a very little one index finger touch.
I didn't see that, yeah.
But guess what? He's not up right now, and Liz
Right.
is not up. It goes to the other side.
Chef
He may not even
Donnie.
hit that point.
Block 39. That was conclusive, so it is a violation. Now Chef Donnie, 39 deep. There goes the
Like,
36
there are
to 38
somehow a
range.
ton of moves left out there, Jake.
This is going to be really embarrassing for Double Vodka Don.
Oh,
Chef
my
Don
goodness.
just pulls one out and puts it right back on top in 5
Get
seconds.
this.
It's wobbly, but it's coming out easy.
Wobbling,
Oh!
stabilizing.
He's going to let it stabilize, and he's going to take the box. He
Donnie
made
wants
fun of the
to
box
go up
earlier.
box.
He's like, fuck that.
What's in the
110
box?
10,000 on the line. I want. Give me the Apple box.
What's in the box?
Other way,
Other way,
other way, other way.
Almost towered the
Oh,
wrong way.
against the grain.
Deep
PFT,
breath.
great reference there.
Let
That
it
movie
set.
reference, very cool.
12 Monkeys, love it.
You always have the best references.
Everyone knows it.
Careful. Oh.
He got it.
He's done, and now the violation comes into play immediately.
We have seen a violation in both league matches so far. Tommy Smokes in our first match, he pulled the losing block.
Ev's was tough. Tommy's was idiotic. Ev's was tough.
Now it's Liz. Remember, the first block she touches, she must pull out. But Jeff, you figure this late in the game, there's only so many options.
Yeah. The witch hands.
Does it play that much of a
You're
factor?
out.
Though there's,
Plums,
I see
Black
one in the
Magic
lower
Gonzalez.
third. There's there are two
which one of those blocks.
There are 2 side blocks, 1 full slate.
All right, I'm going this middle
There
one.
are a ton of options.
Go ahead and touch it.
If anyone can do it, it's Liz Gonzalez, 5-3, the most preseason matches in
Spider
the
with a
entire
great
office.
confirmation here.
She has to pull this block due to the violation.
She's locked in.
This thing
It's
is
that
moving a
Western
ton.
block, 40 deep.
So what she's doing, she's making room for that middle one. She called the middle one as her block. She's pushing
Spreading the cheeks.
the outside out. She's goat-seeing the tower.
Trying to
And just moving the 2 legs to the outside here, about
Did
to
she-
extrapolate the prolapsed anus of the tower and pull that block
It is
out.
wobbling back and forth.
PFT corrected me. It actually is the middle block
Yeah,
she
it's the middle
picked, not the
Yes.
Western one.
She picked,
Yep, the
she
middle
picked the
block.
one. This is all just her strategy to get that middle block out, giving it some wiggle room.
Liz with an ABM of 39.3. This will improve that as we are at 40 and counting.
Also curious to know who Tom picked in this one. He's got a great history of predicting final results here. Tom, who did you take? He just smiled knowingly.
He's trying to take out a Tittleman's crest. Jeff, rare to see your crest 40 deep, but here we
Yeah,
are.
it's not up. That might be the longest I've ever seen a full slate on a Jenga tower. At least since we've been doing it.
Liz and Big Ev, the favorites according to many around the office.
Guys, one thing to keep your eyes on here, if Liz is able to get the block out and put it back on, she's probably going to go to the right side here. She's going to go Western on it, meaning there's going to be a very tough retower for the Donnie's team. They've kind of fucked themselves with that first block placement if Liz plays it smart.
Some more movement out of her block. It's about 80% of the way out.
She's got it. She's got it. That thing is coming out smooth. So smooth. Give me your heart, make it real, or else forget about it.
And
So
it is
smooth.
a successful extraction. Will she go left or right here?
Wow.
Zero chance I'm gonna have to go again. Here we go. It's got a nice little Jenga.
Donnie wanting it to end here. Remember, 29% took Liz to end this match. She was the most popular pick by a slim margin.
Yeah, it looks good.
That is
Great
why
ball.
she is possibly the best.
Guys,
That was fantastic.
as far as that
like,
tournament, Liz is a great competitor when it comes to the physical elements of extracting the block and placing it. But mentally, I don't think she's got the cutthroat mentality to win. She could have placed that on the right side, left the Donnie's team with just but about the size of a human eyeballs left of width on the other side to put the block down. Liz instead moved the block to the center, giving both teams more of a fair shot to win. It was fair, but it was also fairly stupid.
Thank you, PFT. 41 blocks deep in the midst of this 39 to 42 range, selected by 25% of the field.
She could have put them in the same situation that they were put into by Donnie. You are right. PFT. Easier pull, but now the tower's moving a bit.
Donnie going with the Eastern block. Oh, it's going!
There it goes.
And that's a Jenga!
And there it goes. Unbelievable.
To chalk the favorites 1-0 in Group C.
Unbelievable. They survived a disastrous turn that almost saw the end of the game. A 15-minute turn. Ev had a violation. It comes down to Liz having to handle that violation. She had a great pull and tower, and then unfortunately the Wonton Don. The tower was just too unstable and too sloppy to handle that last pull. A brutal loss, but again, I think these are the two best teams.
41 blocks deep, highlighted by Big Ev's 15-minute turn. But down the stream to the the loser circle, PFT with the Donnie, the Rangoon Wranglers.
Yeah, the Rangoon Wranglers, you know what, it was a tough loss. That is not a game that we're going to forget anytime soon. We're down here with a guy that pulled the losing block. That tower was going Don, and it didn't look like you really had a snowball's chance in hell after Liz's miracle extraction. What was your strategy?
Yeah, I mean, I was laser focused all game, and then that 15-minute turn by Big Ev, it kind of took me out of it. And then like Liz managed to get that pull, and I didn't really have a lot more mental juice in the tank.
Yeah.
So I just, went out there and hoped for the best. But I guess got to work on my endurance.
Yeah, what about you, Chef Donnie? Did you find that Big Ev's, it was almost like the midge delay back in Cleveland where the Bugs went on the field, where the game was just postponed essentially for 15 minutes as he took his turn. You go up, maybe a 20-second turn when you get on the field. Did you find that threw you out of your rhythm?
Yeah, it was tough, but I mean, it's round robin, so we'll probably see him again. I'm not too worried.
Yeah, all right. Well, good luck. Sorry I had to end this way. Is there any team strife? Are you disappointed in your buddy's performance?
No, it was a good game. I mean,
Special?
went the distance. So.
Yeah, it was a good game. I think you do a slow pull and you just read the tower as you're pulling it out. You don't just pull and hope for the best. So I could have done that.
All right. Well, back to you guys up in the booth.
All right, thanks so much, PFT, who is about to talk to our winning team between the Chalk, Liz, and Big Ev. What a performance. PFT.
Yeah, we're down here with the winning team. We've got DeChalk. Still don't know what that means. I don't think they know what that means
no
either.
clue.
We'll work on it.
They're working on it. Once you go block, you never go chalk. That's what I always say. We're here with Liz and the Double Vodka Don. Double Vodka Don, talk me through that 15-minute turn. How many different times did your mind change? What was your strategy? Were you waiting for the tower to restable itself, or were you just being indecisive?
it was really just on the retower. I kept just trying to get that middle block in and do my patented little trap I like to do, and I just couldn't get it in the right spot. Every time I tilted one way, I was tilting the other side the other way. I was just trying to stay patient, just lull him to sleep. That was the game plan, and it paid off. Thankfully, Liz was there to save me, though.
Yeah, Liz, you were doing a lot of coaching from the sideline. I think you've cemented yourself as one of the top players in Stool Stadium, not only from your play on the field, but also your coaching, you're helping out your teammate. Why did you do that block replacement on the very last turn when you could have left them up the shit river without a paddle to get back down? You chose to recenter the block.
Because what if the opposite would have happened? If I would have done that and then I would have fucked it up for myself and the tower would have fallen trying to be fancy and fuck somebody else up. I play my game and I worry about my game.
Okay, I guess if it works for you, then it works for you. And at the end of the day, they're 1-0, and the other team is 0-1. Back to you guys in the booth.
Dun dun dun.
All right, Jeff. It is time for our close shave of the match presented by Phillips Norelco.
Yeah.
Big Ev had a long turn, but it was Liz facing the violation who made it look easy.
Yeah, I don't think we have enough time to show all of Ev's turn there, so we got to show the other side of that. The violation ended up forcing Liz to pull the first block she touched. I could not believe she not only got it out, but retowered it. But then I remembered probably the best player we have. So you shouldn't be that surprised. This team, widely considered the favorite to win this tournament. I know the Rangoon Wranglers are fantastic as well, but that's why they are the favorites. They come out on top. I still think we see both those teams in the playoffs come next year.
Yeah, that is Group C between the Chalk at 1-0, and down low it's the Rangoon Wranglers at 0-1. Back in a moment here on Stool Streams, presented by High Noon Hard Seltzer. And Jeff, before we send it to break, before our finale, only 5 players remaining.
Tough.
In the Play Barstool app.
Yeah, that's 5. That's
yes,
tough.
that is 5 confirmed. But remember, if nobody wins, it rolls over to Thursday. And Jeff, before our finale, back in 30 seconds here on Stool Streams, presented by High Noon Hard Seltzer.
Thanks to Cross Country Mortgage, your boy's a homeowner right now, and the perks of owning a home are limitless. So I turned every room into a man cave. 700-inch televisions in every single wall, 360 degrees of kegerators, some spread. That's right, I put a ball pit in my house. Extra soft walls that I never have to repair. A sweet-ass go-kart track. Whoa! Hey, slow down there, Spider. Go to ccmlens.com/barstool, find out more about owning your own home. Owning a home is the way to go. Take it from your boy, PFT.
Thank you so much, Mr. Commenter. And Jeff, let's set the stage. It is time for our finale. Group B, it is the Berserkers, Billy and Rudy, against Team Pubes, KFC and Fedelberg.
Yep, 2 friends. They know each other very well. Great chemistry. Both fantastic at Jenga. And then it's Psycho psycho shit himself, Billy Football, teaming up with Rudy, who we've seen here. Rudy, of course, had a very tough loss in Jenga. Because he didn't accept the disqualification of his opponents, will that good karma come back and give him an early win here in Jenga? What a match we saw in the first one. Another great one just now. What is in store for this matchup?
All right, we are a couple of moments away from our finale. And Jeff, before we send it down to Spider for the rules, we've seen the tale of two very different matches. Very quick from Group A, and then Group C, a marathon.
As quick as it gets in a long match, and I just want to look at this Group 2 as well. Team Pubes, they're in Group B, along with Prest, Big Cat, and Roan. This team here, Berserkers, Billy, and Rudy. And then Pubes 2, Nick and Frank the Tank. So this is the first set of teams from Group B to open up here in this new Stool Stream season. We saw a quick one, we saw a long one, and you just never know what you're going to get when Billy Football is down there.
Down the stream, Spider with Pubes and Berserkers.
Thanks, Jake. Welcome, contestants, to Season 1 Jenga. Couple rules before we get started. Please, only one teammate inside the box at a time. Berserkers, you will remain on this side of the green line. Again, please, one teammate in the box at a time. When it comes to extracting blocks, you may, please pay attention, you may only use one hand at a time, okay? This is not legal. See that? Two hands, not legal. Same goes for retowering. You may only use one hand. This is your first warning. Should you commit a violation in game, your teammate will be first to extract the first block they touch on their next turn. Does everyone understand the rules?
Yes, sir.
You may shake hands now if you... Good luck to all the contestants.
Rudy did not shake hands there. Rudy did not do it. Whoa, Billy almost fell into the tower there.
Spider having to break things up. And it is time to begin our finale. Fights, Billy, KFC, and Rudy. Players, the order is taped on the wall, so you guys can track along too. So we will begin things with the 32-year-old from Fall River, Massachusetts, John Fedelberg, who went 2-5 in exhibitions.
It's a sloppy tower to start.
One of the more exciting players, always has fun, cracking jokes. Easy start.
I thought Billy was going to be bigger.
Chirp on Billy.
You were going to be smaller.
Am I next?
One thing to keep in mind down here,
second.
guys. Billy was just caught executing curls in the part of my team's studio. I believe Fights walked by the studio and saw him, and they're getting a quick pump in. That's why you'll notice Billy shaking his arm out, trying to get that blood flowing. He's trying to increase his vascularity to look good for the girls at home. I wonder how Billy feels knowing that Rudy's arms actually, surprisingly, look a lot better than his. I'm reading the chat right now, and that's what people
He
at
seems
home are saying.
insecure and upset.
Yeah.
Why do you think I drafted him?
I'm not sure. Because he's good at Jenga?
No, because he's got sick arms.
Oh, okay. Well, Billy, that's cool. Whatever,
course.
hey, whatever floats your boat.
PFT, I don't know if you want to.
Cool.
PFT, I don't know if you want to keep talking to Billy, but the last time he was here, he did take on KFC, and he was a real asshole. Decided to do psycho shit within the first 10, 15 turns, and one of the quickest matches that we've ever seen as a tower came toppling over.
Now that real money's on the line, I don't think we're going to be seeing the psycho shit.
All business.
Yeah, we actually caught up
All
with
business.
Billy last week and asked him, are we going to see Psycho SHIT with $10,000 on the line? And Billy said he's probably going to pivot away from it because with $10,000, you can buy a lot of things. Especially with Billy, a college student. He said he wasn't going to say what he was going to buy because if you fantasize too much about an end goal, it de-incentivizes you.
Also, if you think about fucking that many frogs, you're just going to be too horny.
You know how many protein bars you can buy with $10,000?
A lot of animals can add to his farm.
Lots.
Tiger. Buy a
There's a lot of tight blocks in
Billy
there.
will never financially recover.
You can buy a tiger for 10 grand?
Yeah, did you watch Tiger King?
I did, but
It was like
that
a
was
Tiger Cub's like
6 national crises ago. I forget what we saw.
Man,
$2,500
do you see how many costumes there were, man? It was
yeah.
insane.
I'd imagine if you spend less than $20,000 on
You
tiger,
get
you get
shit
a
tiger.
awful tiger.
Yeah.
Just basically like a cat that's been painted.
You got a large cat. I was gonna say, take your time.
Both teams have gone down the order
yeah.
twice already.
I gotta say, I really like this team's uniforms. The pubes, they stand
Jeff
alone.
D-Lo loves pubes more than anybody.
What's the story behind the pubes?
Jeff D-Lo loves
I
it.
just like a fat bush, baby.
Was designed by an outside designer. Of course, they're in the same group as Pubes 2.
Yep.
Nick and Frank the Tank. We'll see that matchup, a rivalry I'm very excited for
I
it.
don't think that Frank has
we're gonna allow that there,
pubes,
Spider?
actually.
You don't think so?
No, I've seen Frank take care of
PFT,
he
back up to here, back up to
birthday
the
buzz
booth. We're going to
cut.
end that one real quick.
He does the birthday
we're gonna
buzz cut.
just-
We've all seen him shave his head.
We're going to put
I
that
think
one
he
to
just goes
bed.
head right down to the I think the carpet matches the drapes. I think that every single hair on Frank's body is the same exact length.
So now it's down to Rudy. And when we talked to Rudy last week, Jeff, he still exhibited plenty of anger towards his headshot in the Play Barstool app. He is not happy with that. He doesn't know
Is it the
who
same
did
one
that.
still?
It is still that. It is not what we see on the turn sheet, but if you look in the app, it's just not a good picture, flat out.
Do we know who's in charge of selecting those headshots?
We do not.
Looks like
It's a
PFT's trying to
mystery.
go after Hank here. I can already
I'm
see it in his
figuring out
eyes.
who it was.
Rudy thinks he knows who it was, but nobody has come up yet.
90% sure it's Hank. I saw the picture of Rico Bosco last week.
Not great.
He,
Or it looked great.
He looked like Quinn Snyder's sister. He looked like just like a. It was not good. It was.
But if Hank was picking, that would imply. I mean, he would pick he's a rider.
Hank
Well,
I'm
I'm suggesting that maybe Hank's rider status is up for debate.
Oh wow!
Wouldn't be
I
the
thought you
first
were-
time Hank has done something, behind the scenes sketchy.
Wow, talking about the
PFT
commissioner like that
slandering
while
Hank.
playing at the Triple S.
And now our sideline reporter and teams are now bashing our commissioner.
Interesting. PFT, again, a very biased sideline reporter. I'm surprised we still allowed him to do this job despite being in the league.
Right.
Remember, part of the broadcast team, and then he hears 10 grand, immediately entered the league, thought that was a little ridiculous, but
This us.
You can't
Leaves
silence
us
Hank.
hanging.
He's afraid to play.
I'm a journalist. I'm part of the the Fourth Estate. I'm Mr. Fourth Estate. If it's not for me, Hank would have his puppet master strings all over this.
Whoa, buddy.
Whoa.
And he'd already
was
be
kicked
spending
over
the
the
money on
table.
dick
Kick the
reduction
table there.
surgery for his dog.
Yo,
Hit
that
the
dog.
fucking table, dude.
That dog is a fucking
Oh my
problem.
God.
That dog's dick is.
All right, Jeff, how
I
about
still
your
haven't
keys
seen-
to the match
I haven't
presented by
seen
Hani
it.
and Hard
It's bad.
Seltzer?
You want to see it?
yeah, of course,
Yeah.
with Billy,
find it on the
with
internet.
Billy and Rudy, don't do anything stupid. No psycho shit. That's the reason Billy lost his last match. Don't overdo it. We know
I've
psycho
never seen
shit
the photo
works, but to
before.
the extent he did it last
Just wanna
time, it
point
was a
out
disaster. And fights, fights need something to play
so
for here, because here's the problem with fights. Fights really has nothing to win here.
He was
Because
just
everything
inside
Please,
the
hey,
box.
please
but
hold
nothing
on.
to win. He traded away
Wow.
his draft pick for nothing,
Whoa,
and then
no, no,
proceeded to
Frankie,
trade away his
shocker.
ability to win $5,000.
A phone confiscation that is against the rules.
Shocker.
It has
Shocker.
been in previous broadcasts. You
Commissioner
cannot
Hank
use your
and his
phone while
henchmen.
playing.
Commissioner
Spider
Hank and his
enforcing
henchmen
the
are
rules.
extracting
Billy said,
pictures.
like,
They were
yo,
looking at a
like, Spider,
picture of his
please.
dog
Let's
and
work.
his dog's dick.
Let's work.
Hank
Let's
sends
work.
his henchmen down there to take the evidence, confiscate it.
Great job
This
by
is
Spider.
classic.
His PFT
This
has
is
totally
classic.
ditched
Wait a
us here
second.
and totally went
Get
to
in the
bias
box.
mode.
Who's up?
Delay of game.
That Red Rocket is
Hank
crazy.
doesn't
Well,
want
that's
you
not
to
even
see
a
that.
right
He
rocket.
doesn't want America to see
That's
it.
thing is
That's a
that's
cock.
beyond. Yeah.
That was like, not a Red Rocket. That's a cock.
He's got a weird looking, but a human cock. on it.
Oh my God.
Censorship.
This
I
is
did
just
not
in the
expect
Play
that.
Barstool app. Questions 5 and 6.
Thinking back to the stories that Rhea
Billy,
told
the
about
most
being on
popular
LA,
pick
I'm
to
like,
pull the losing block at 35%. Fights at
I'm shook, dude. I don't know if I
24%.
can play Jenga after seeing that.
Also at 24%. Rudy 24%,
Pause,
24%, and KFC the favorite at 18%. Another look here at our official Spider enforcing the rules. No phones allowed.
This is a rule. You're not allowed to have a phone. I don't know what PFT is complaining about, why he even cares. He's part of the broadcast crew. He's not part of a team. Billy should have known
Go
that
ahead.
rule.
He's trying
Billy
to
knows
eliminate
this
the
room as well as
truth. I care
anybody.
about the truth. I'm the only person in this broadcast that cares about the truth.
To get back to what we're saying, PFT, some insight though from you.
Oh my!
You-
Oh no! Spider has a hold of Billy's phone.
And he's tweeting from Billy's phone.
Oh no! He sent a tweet. Billy not allowed to hold a phone. And now his mental game in shambles.
Billy is way out of this. He's flush. He's pale. He has no idea. He also got a
What kind of lead is
Snapchat there. I don't know who Snapchatted him.
Oh my goodness!
Uh-oh.
Dude, these slander campaigns.
That is exactly what happens when you break
Yeah,
the
we're
rules.
hearing word. Don't break the rules, and it won't be a problem.
Kim Jong Lockwood.
Now, Jeff, what is the biggest key here for Billy trying to get his mental game on the right track to avoid a loss?
I think we're done. I think he may still win, but in terms of the mental game, he's out. He's completely checked out at this point. He's shocked.
And look at him. He has no idea what to think.
Take that off. Take that off. Take that off.
The Berserkers in panic mode early on.
He is sweating.
PFT, now you gave away your $10,000
Respect
if you
the green
win to
line,
Kelly
please,
Martin. You would be
Fedelberg.
buying her a bag.
No, okay, that's
But-
it's making it
Mindful of
sound
the lines.
extremely simplistic.
Yeah, but
I
you're
understand.
doing that though
I'm
because
allowing
you
her
need
to
to.
purchase a bag for herself with my fair share of the winnings.
So she stops bothering you, correct?
Correct, and also because it's like you scratch my back, I'll
check.
scratch yours.
Okay.
It was a great job booking guests for Part of My Take. You want to keep the people happy, they keep you
Well,
happy.
Fights is giving away his $5,000 if he wins to Casey for no real reason.
KFC did say he will not be giving it to Casey.
Very
so
smart.
A master
opposite there.
negotiator.
He also traded away his draft pick for nothing.
Yes.
So again,
Billy's
he needs
still
something. He needs
distracted.
something to play for. He needs some reason to win.
Oh boy.
20 blocks
What do you
deep.
think Casey's going to spend that money on?
Alcohol, probably.
Boxing gloves.
All right, let's get real.
Fight's going west side. No issues.
Faked hands. Casey got.
Goes down the middle, drops it in.
Kiss him, kiss him. Back in the box,
What a
kiss
job.
him.
Not good enough for Spider. Back into the square of doom goes Fights.
Billy might just take a block out and kill a spider with it. Get his phone back.
There you go. Let's go. Block out the noise.
Billy already in the middle of tons of drama. Phone confiscated. Spider tweeted from it. Can he keep his eyes on the $10,000 prize, though? Group B.
Whoa! Put the block back.
Oh!
Chill.
Wobbling
Let's
from
chill.
Billy.
Whoa!
Chill.
That was psycho shit. I'm gonna say that was psycho shit. Whatever
He
he
said
was
he
doing
was
there.
going to pivot away from it with 10K on the line.
Live by the psycho shit, die by the psycho shit.
Holy cow!
I feel like you should let it rip with the psycho shit.
That was maybe the most serious sounding chill that I've ever heard from anybody that Rudy just leveled onto Billy. That was like a 19-year-old dad telling his baby to put down the knife. Chill.
I don't know why he put the block back too, because it was an easy pull.
Yeah.
We're going to
This
look
was a
once
strange
again.
decision.
Billy was very risky here. It did not crumble, but it was close.
Yeah, he twisted it almost all the way out,
Yeah.
and then had a change of heart for some reason, and that's the block he ended up taking anyway. Strange move by Billy.
Still works. As there was tons of movement up top.
to go.
22 blocks deep.
Let's work.
Billy's still in Spider's ear about
Billy
the phone.
Billy needs something off his phone. He is upset.
Rules are rules. And Billy, who has played in 7 exhibitions, 4 and 3, you figured he would know.
Spider, Ashley Madison is the one that's all the way on the left screen.
Yikes.
So now into the square of doom is KFC. Kevin 3-0 in exhibitions, has never lost so far. But remember, entering today,
I like
everyone
seeing things, man.
with
He's getting dizzy or
fresh
something down there.
record.
We know Frankie got a little nervous. Tommy was a
Frankie
mess
must have
today.
shit his pants playing against Dave.
Spider now returning the phone
Don't
to
pull it
Billy.
out.
Yeah.
Don't pull it out.
One more warning for Billy.
Or it gets broken. Do you understand?
Wow, Spider threatened
I
to
will
break
break it.
Billy's phone in half.
Once Dave got in here, they were shaking. They were literally shaking.
You want me to hold on to it?
Tommy started shaking because that's what Tommy does. He shakes. And then Frankie caught the shakes from proximity to Tommy and was also psyched out. Easiest win. They
PFT
lost after
referencing
like 10
Tommy's
turns.
two-hand touch violation, one of the most
right.
embarrassing
We
in
heard
league
it. We heard it
history.
go down.
We've had a violation in each of the 2
Tommy-
matches
Tommy
so
went
far.
goose mode.
It shows,
As
Jeff,
he
that
went
as
goose
much
mode.
experience as our competitors
double
have,
that,
you can never,
pull that
never
one.
be immune from that violation.
You just
That
can't.
was,
And it
that
happens
was
at the
as
strangest
nerve-wracking
times,
as
too.
it's been for me.
Rudy, have you ever played Jenga?
Yeah.
Rudy famously played and then had an opportunity to accept the disqualification of the other team
With Tommy.
knowing that his only move, it would have toppled the tower, and he instead said no DQ and took the loss.
Rudy 0-1, Billy 4-3.
Seems like a very John Feidelberg move.
KFC 3-0, fights 2
I
and
don't
5.
know why I don't like this.
Rudy is the best blackjack player here at Barstool Sports. Fun fact.
Did not know
Is that a fact?
PFT taught me how to play. And I'm what they call a shark in Vegas.
Fights
time
has
shark.
a great freezer we learned the other day.
Actually, Eddie's a pretty
Careful,
good
that one's
blackjack
not
player,
as
too.
loose as it seems.
Fights called his opponents of the Berserkers. An oddball pairing. He didn't know Billy and Rudy knew who each other were before their first match.
Yeah, they are friends.
I think they just
Good lads.
they
Easy
knew each
peasy,
other before
relax.
they knew each other. You know.
Focused pull from Fights is a good pull.
Goes with the Tittleman's crest.
4 rows deep.
Great work.
I've never seen
That's
somebody.
fine.
That's good. That was, dude, that was literally
More ready.
fine.
Wow,
Smart.
Spider gave him the
Smart.
green light.
Smart. Yeah, he just set Kevin up for a much easier re-tower.
Okay, my man.
That was a great job by Fights
what's-
there.
what's that?
Very smart.
Now back to Billy football at block
they would run
25
outside.
on
Is
his
that middle guy
opponents.
right there? All right, thank you.
Billy said he can't imagine Team Pews being
Keep the psycho
motivated
shit,
by
bro.
10K because they spend a lot on their wardrobe every morning.
So he's implying they spend money every morning on their clothes. They don't own clothes. They wake up and go buy
new shit every day.
And we
Mariah
never wash
Carey
these
style.
clothes ever again.
They have
Incredible.
vending machines in their homes where their closet should be, and they go to them and put $100 in each morning. Just put on what it.
Jeff,
what
you
it
know at
feeds you.
JFK they have the Best Buy vending machine?
Yeah, they have the
Econ gives
clothes,
the comparative advantage
clothes vendies.
of 10K to us versus 10K to you guys.
Billy would like to let everyone know he read a textbook one time.
Yep.
It had numbers in it. Billy also making a compelling argument for raised tax brackets for the extremely wealthy. Is that correct, Billy? Is that what you're doing? Antifa Billy is what we call him. If you don't see Billy tomorrow, he's
we're
throwing a
embracing-
cinder block through Macy's.
Bro, not when I'm playing. Can you save those jokes for? That was fucking funny. Cinder block through Macy's.
We record part of my tape on Tuesday nights.
damn.
If you're wondering where I'll be.
Fucking funny. Billy, do you work here?
I'm not sure.
Do you get a paycheck?
I'm really not sure.
Billy hoping for a paycheck in the form of 10 grand by the
yeah.
time this league is done. No word on his actual employment status.
That is a professional up in the booth, Jake.
One block is still just.
Billy, I don't like this.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
Are you nervous, Rudy?
Berserker's
Yeah, I'm
losing
nervous.
confidence.
Yeah, I'm nervous.
Remember, exact blocks is what we're aiming for in question 6.
Compare
we have
this
5
to when you were
players
playing
alive.
for national championship in hockey. More or less nervous? More or less important?
Well, as you know, NCAA athletes don't get paid. So this is way more nerve-wracking.
Yeah. We're
Rudy a champion, but he's right. Didn't get paid for that.
professional.
Rudy from
We're
the
professional
University
Jenga
of
players.
Denver.
Yeah.
Is how he told me to say it.
Rudy, you know what you got me saying these days?
What?
Documentary.
I told you it
Like,
happens.
I can't not say it.
Yeah, it like rewires your brain. Like I didn't say it like that until I said it like that, and now I say it like that.
Very eloquent.
Documentary.
He like
It's
said
like
it
a
wrong
Western
one day
New
and then it
York
just
thing.
stuck. It sounds like Canadian, the Canadian way, documentary.
It was after I
There
saw the Firefest documentary.
Oh, this
No.
Fights
This
going
tower
on the
is
Tillman's
fucked
press.
once he sets
About
this up, we are
2/3 the way
fucked,
down.
gentlemen. We are in the end game now because that situation there is very precarious.
Whoa!
Get out of the square.
I'm not in the square.
No, I meant like fights. Like we're good. Turn counts. Go.
All right, out of the square of doom goes Fights.
That
Into
is-
the
Here we go,
square of
Billy.
doom
Yeah.
goes the 21-year-old from New York
Let's put the fuck
City,
on these
Billy
clowns. Let's go.
Football.
We're all.
If you guys lose this, you
Whoa.
gotta sew your sleeves back on.
No, I don't think that's the one.
The big
I'm
mark
checking.
of shame.
I'm
Put your
checking.
sleeves back on.
I know that would be real embarrassing. Well,
Spider continues to make weird noises.
It's like Romo over here.
He is roommates with Tommy.
I don't
Maybe-
know. I don't know.
Something bounced off there.
Yeah.
The problem is these two right here.
yeah, we got a wacky situation.
Do we
We got
rotate?
multiple load-bearing
Do
areas.
we rotate?
Get him with the textbooks.
I don't like that.
60
Billy
seconds
actually
to pick
worked
a
in
block.
construction,
Well, I
Hit him with
picked
the
the
clock.
block.
for several summers when he was younger. which he
Billy
was
goes
really a
west.
lot.
It's out.
A quick 30 blocks, by the way, we're nearing.
Yup.
That was a big pull
That's
by
good.
Billy.
Big Ev with
Not gonna lie.
Big Ev with a
Not gonna
15-minute
lie.
turn last game.
They paid off
15-minute
to chalk.
turn?
Yes, it
I
was.
mean, that's crazy. You guys
Chalk
gotta have,
one
you
and oh.
gotta have some rules. That's insanity.
$10,000
I was
on
wondering
the
why
line.
I got half a radio done.
They won.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can't knock it.
30 deep.
Nice stripes.
There's actually only 6 possible moves right now.
AFC realizing that.
Which is surprising. Only 6 moves he can make, so not many options.
Yeah, tower math cooking up there. 6 moves. Sure about that?
I am PFT. A maximum of 6 moves.
It's not true.
A lot
Jeff.
of load-bearing areas.
Big lows. It's more than 6 moves.
Totally that way. 1 minute man.
More than 6 moves, Jeff.
Nope.
Difference in age significant between these two teams. Billy 21, Rudy 19, so an average age of just 20.
There's 7 moves.
KFC
Jeff.
in fights 35, 32 respectively. Again, all these stats provided by each player.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Kate
yeah.
is 78 years old, Team Josh
That's gonna
Dumel.
fall if I pull it.
You think so? I mean, you got the feel. I trust you.
PFT trying to argue with me right now about how we count remaining moves.
Now there are 6 moves
So,
remaining.
is it no?
Yeah.
Great pull by KFC. It's the toughest thing to do in Jenga is get down from 7 moves to 6 moves.
Well, there were 6 moves if he pulled the left or right block. There was 5 if he pulled the middle PFT. It's okay. PFT's still learning.
Broadcaster
I
beef
feel like
continues.
the pull from the top.
The better we look.
PFT is totally jump ship
Rudy
on
hasn't
the
checked his riot
It's sad to
bias.
see.
You might have some riot activity right now, dude.
I like,
not in on
I like Jeff and
waitlisting,
Jake
dude.
before they
Oh, that's
became
right.
out.
We're
Wait,
supposed
listen?
to be- yeah, me and Rudy are a waitlist gang.
PFT ditched us
Before
for
they
the money.
sold their soul for a paycheck.
Billy, I don't like this.
Go with that one.
Billy with the ever so helpful. Go for that one.
That's the one.
Yep.
Going west side.
This is Jake. This is the big this right here.
Oh, rude boy. Oh. Come on, tip
Right, in
it.
terms of team
Tip it.
chemistry, Jeff.
Tip it.
KFC and fights are
Tip
up
it.
there. They have their own podcast.
They're
together.
locked in. Fights would never cut him. He would never cut KFC. Not gonna happen. You never know with Billy though. Billy's an unpredictable guy. One of his first Jenga, remember one of his Jenga experiences, he didn't speak the entire match. He said 0 words.
I kind of want to move this, Billy.
You want to spin it?
Yeah.
Do it. I think you should.
Shut the fuck up.
Do it. Do what you gotta do, Rudy.
Dude, it's gonna fall if I pull this out.
Rudy losing confidence
Really?
quickly.
Wow.
Get creative.
Yeah.
Wait,
Dirty
you gotta
on
put
blocks.
that. You gotta
No,
put that
fundamental
back.
pulls,
Just so you
fundamental
know.
pulls.
Just a
cute.
fundamental pull
Do me a
out
favor.
there.
You're a cute guy. Get cute with it.
Not a very helpful bit of advice, I don't think, from Billy.
60 seconds to pick a
Fundamentals.
block.
Fundamental pull, Billy. What do you mean?
Fundamental pulls. He's just yelling it over and over.
It's fundamental.
Just, what does that mean? Just
Continue
pull,
to squeeze
pull
out.
Fundamental. Feel the load-bearing blocks.
Wobbling, but it's out.
It worked.
Fundamental pulls.
Good advice from Billy.
No,
Not good
kiss
enough.
Him. Kiss him out of the box.
Oh,
Spike.
you gotta kiss him.
Kiss
He
him.
taunted a little bit.
Premature sharp.
Remember,
turnaround.
Tommy taunted in our first match and was called for a violation.
We can't taunt?
That's good. Out of the box. You're a puppet. You're a puppet, Spider. Shut up.
A puppet of
Wow,
destruction.
now finally
What about that
somebody
Lincoln?
going after Spider, and it is Billy.
No, I actually meant the fourth row.
Remember, most complainers not drafted.
No, that is the third. You're right.
Watch it.
The middle one on the fourth, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's that patented fights finger punch right there. It's quick, it's efficient.
Uh-oh.
Tittleman's crest as high as you can go, 4 rows deep.
I wonder if the tower is impressed with Fight's hair.
We can slip.
It's
Lots of
not.
speaking.
That's not fair. Come on.
No, it's astonishing in
I
person.
know, but not right now. Oh boy.
John with an ay right there.
Can we hold the tower as we pull it? Beauty.
It's out. Only
Beauty.
one space to go.
I got this. I know.
There are-
We got load. We
I'll
got
let you
tons of non-load-bearing blocks left.
There are
Every
only,
time I'm
move
like, this is it. This is the last
from
one.
Fire.
there are
That
only a
was 10
maximum
times
of
ago.
4 moves right now on this tower. A maximum of 4 moves.
What, you say that just from looking at it? Or
Remember, Jeff, this is opening day. We have 3 more matches in our Jenga League on Thursday. Ronan Big Cat, Team Pressed, will be facing off once again against the Berserkers, who will play second time in a row.
Yeah,
PFT
Billy.
and Kelly against Kate and Cons, and then Glenny and Mush against Trent and Robbie.
Billy going for the middle
So the
block.
rare week 1 bye for Nick and Frank the
There
Tank.
we go.
Fundamental
Just how it
pull.
works.
Fundamentals.
That's crooked as
pulls.
shit, Spider.
Make those picks now.
More in the middle. More in the middle.
Nobody wins today. It'll roll over to $1,500. Or we could have a winner
Yeah,
today. There's still 5
Spider's
people
gotcha.
alive entering this match.
Back to a possible.
Yo, chill.
Oh, fucking relax.
There's a maximum of 4 moves. There's a solid row at the top. Jake, you can go left or right or
5
middle.
moves.
And then there are two block rows remaining. PFT, once again, not quite understanding what that means.
2, 3, 4, 5 moves.
We gotta flip
No,
we gotta
PFT,
flip
you
the
only
field.
count. It's a maximum. You only count.
no.
You can either take left or right or middle.
Just
That's a maximum of
fundamental
4
pulls.
moves.
There were 5 possibilities.
See with the Tittleman's press. Does Jeff and
Play
PFT
PFT's
continue to go at it?
PFT's employment probably going to be
My bad, I was pointing the block.
reviewed here after going
We're gonna
after
have
the
to-
commissioner.
right,
And
it's
Called into
broadcasters.
the office.
Is PFT just going to get fired as a
screwed
sideline
themselves.
reporter?
It could happen. Is he the Trev Albert, the Sean Salisbury of Stool?
I will start my own independent magazine, and I will dedicate my life to
just gotta go one
investigating
pull
health and safety issues,
on one of those
corruption at the
load
highest
bands.
level,
The two-
head injuries,
Yeah.
you name it.
PFT
I'm going to be
did
the
get his
Bob
start.
Lee. I'm going to be the Bob Lee of Stool Stream
You
Stadium.
got your start writing for Sports Illustrated for Kids, I do believe.
I have, yeah. I wrote many letters to the editor, none of which got published.
I used to write.
Sports Illustrated pre-workout.
You
is
used to write
trash.
for Sports Illustrated for Kids?
No, I would like send in like, they like ask for like recommendations. They like send in a letter. Like, send us your.
I used to
weird
send
team
a
name.
lot of letters to athletes from the Sports Illustrated Kids would give you their addresses, and you could send them asking for autographs.
Autographs, yeah.
I have so many fake autographs.
Those all go to
A
some
mountain
warehouse,
of
right?
fake
It's just,
autographs.
Like, printed like out of a fucking printer, like Grant Hill's autograph.
It's like, wow, Grant Hill and Shaq live in the same house. Same address. That's weird.
It's not where I sent my letter to Santa.
What are you thinking, Rudy?
Rudy,
Talk me
Rudy,
through it.
Rudy, lock in.
35 deep. Rude boy Junda pulled the
If you're-
losing block
If you're not on
in
Raya,
his
what do
lone
you
match so far
Is it Bumble?
with Tommy Smokes about a month ago.
Whoa.
Caressing those blocks.
What's right?
Raya is
Are
like
only
it's supposed to be like
two
a dating
moves
app for
that
like
he
famous
can make
people.
right now.
Some
Me and
more
him got
twisting
rejected
of the
from it.
tower.
I think it
And if he is
started as like real
successful-
famous people, and now it's like
If he's
Not like Biz
successful, there's
Nasty
only
something.
one.
You need a blue check mark.
Players take note of that.
Okay,
I
Billy?
don't know if they realize that.
Billy has not
Give it a
been
little bit of
moving
a
at all.
shift.
Rudy.
Hurry up.
Give it a little bit of a shift.
Fights will only have
just say
one
hurry up?
block to pick from if Rudy can be
You're
successful.
so unbelievably partial in this. It's crazy.
2 possible
Spider is
moves.
straight up rooting for Team Pubes. Did you just say hurry up?
45 now. Tick, tick, tick.
Let's go.
Rudy's so mad.
40 seconds to pick a
Oh,
block
baby.
for Rudy.
Oh, mama.
Tower's
We are
mad.
getting down. We are in the end game, my friends. I'll tell you what, the tower's
30
getting tall,
seconds
too.
to
How
pick
tall
a
are you,
block.
Rudy?
Hey,
They listed you
Rudy's
at
standing
6 foot,
tall
I
at,
feel like, right?
he says it's 5'12".
just try to shift the load bearing of the blocks.
20
to
seconds
loosen
now.
Throwing out
Baby.
interesting
15.
terms.
Tick
A lot of
tock.
words, a
Tick
lot
tock.
of building terms.
Yeah, once Billy
10
starts to get
seconds.
into physics, it's a
One
it's a
of
lost
2
cause.
remaining moves on this tower. It is
Just
twisting
let it
hard.
ride, let it
Team
ride, let it
Pubes
ride.
can feel it.
Twist it.
Team Pube thinking they might be able to hit the top of Group B here.
Just ride it out.
And I believe the clock expired, Spider. It did, so this is the block. Team
gotta be the
Pubes and
move.
Rudy's here.
Give me that crash.
Becoming chaos in the Square of Doom.
Purple Hedgehogs on top of Group
Give him
A.
some love.
Dave and Rhea with
give him
3
some
points or
space.
2 points. We gotta figure out what that is.
Sure, you
Just
know,
wins and
we're the
losses.
same, huh?
Just wins and losses. Okay, okay.
You have seen yours.
One win, 1-0.
Twist it, Rudy.
Tiebreakers head to
Twist
head.
it.
Group
No,
C,
you're
split.
good,
Did
dude.
Chalk, Big Ev, and Liz on top. Can Pubes join them at the top of Group
Listen to
B?
my voice. I'm
load.
the only voice in your head.
This is the biggest load.
There's not. Don't worry. It's going to be able to support if you pull it out. You just got to make sure the
I
friction.
think he's got it. I think he's
The
got it.
friction between the blocks isn't too much.
I don't know if
to
Billy's.
shift the
I
power.
don't, does he know what he's talking about?
Not at all.
Come on, wiggle,
We're
wiggle.
wiggling.
Wiggle, just don't
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
shift it.
Rudy on the east side.
Oh, no.
Oh, it worked! It worked!
It's out.
Stack it up.
Team Pubes,
It
a
worked.
premature celebration for now.
They tried to psych him out. It did not happen. He's an NCAA champion, and it showed. And guess what?
I'm saying they just won. Yeah, we're in trouble now.
All right, top of the order, Fedelberg,
Only one left.
36.
Only one move.
No, it's three. It's got to be the fourth.
An important block for fights, an important block for somebody at home.
Only one move remaining that is not a tablecloth move. There it is, right there.
All right. Oh, and that's a Jenga! That's a Jenga! And the Berserkers are 1-0 on top of Group B.
All he did was touch it, and down goes the tower. A great last pull by Rudy. Set up. One remaining move. Fight stepped up to touch it, and down goes the tower. Rhea and Dave on top of Group A. On top of Group C is Liz and Big Evan. Now on top of Group B at 1-0, the Berserkers. It is Rudy and Billy Football.
Billy and Rudy the winners, but for now, down the stream, PFT with Team Pubes at 0-1.
Yeah, I'm here with Team Pubes. Tough start to their Stool Stream Stadium Jenga League competition. Came down to that very last one fight. It looked like you kind of got screwed with a terrible tower. What was going through your head during that last pull?
I mean, I knew I was screwed as soon as we got going. As soon as I heard that there was only one block left to pull, I just acknowledged the block. I was just like, oh, this is the one. And it went down right away. I mean, kudos to them. Kudos to Rude Boy. He had a great pull. I thought for sure that was going to be it. But I don't know. That's the luck.
Did you want to issue a kudos as well to Billy? He seemed very actually upset when you said kudos to his teammate.
Kudos to Billy.
Also a kudos to Billy. Now KFC, it looked like you guys never really struggled until the end. You always seemed like you had it together. Were you panicking at all?
No, once Rudy got that out, and I realized you had to go 4 rows down, not 3, you're fucked. I mean, that was an unbelievable pull. He worked it out as like that was the he earned that one. I've never seen someone work a block quite like that.
I'll give it to him.
It is. It's you just gotta tip your caps.
I imagine that Billy is like kind of second guessing the pick though, just because Rudy's arms are bigger.
Yeah, they are. They're bigger. No confirmed.
It is tough to look worse every single time you step out in the Triple S, but hey, it is what it is.
You can't be known as the arms guy at Barstool Sports, like the meathead, and then pick somebody who's got.
It's like what is even your shtick now?
Right.
Like what do you do here, Billy? What would you say you do here?
Nobody knows.
Really me.
Really psyched out right now. All right. Well, congratulations. You guys fought hard today, which is important. Now, KFC,
so what does this mean for us?
Are you concerned at all that Fights is liable to perhaps bring Casey Smith in off the bench at some point this year? Have you guys even discussed that? Because that's been something that's been circulating in back rooms and back channels around the leagues that it could happen.
Do you think you're going to come in here and gaz Team Pubes?
I mean, there's a chance I cut myself. You're right.
that I would be concerned about. There might be a chance that me and Casey are playing for the title because Fedelberg would trade away his pick for nothing, give away his prize, and then just cut himself. That's entirely possible.
Sell his own stake in the team. I like that. That is a possibility. We'll keep our eye on that.
Divesting in Team Pubes.
Back to you guys in the booth. I'm going to see if I can't wrangle up Team Arms. I know I'll be able to get Billy over here easily because he's weak. Rudy is pretty strong. He might be able to get away from me, so we'll figure that out.
All right, thank you, Mr. Commenter. A storyline to follow. Could we see a potential cut?
Cutting himself, I could see it happen. I don't think so, though. I think they're a good team. Look, they got put in bad tower luck. There was only one move remaining. Sometimes the Jenga tower is the one that wins out.
From the losers to the winners, the Berserkers on top of Group B.
Yeah, down here with the Berserkers. Team Arms, we've got Arms Junior. The whole squad's down here. It looked like you guys were in a good rhythm early. When Spider took your phone, you were a little bit worried about that. You were concerned with what he was doing. Can you share some of the behind-the-scenes conversations you had with Spider to get your phone back?
Spider, stop tweeting from my Twitter. I didn't know what he was writing. I was, in this day and age, you get concerned when other people take your phone.
In this day and
for all
age.
sorts of reasons. Anyway, glad we got the W. We just played fundamental Jenga. I think I chose an amazing partner.
Yeah,
and
truly.
a guy he's got the intangibles.
Strong,
looks
strong
good
competitor.
in tanks.
Yeah. Rudy, do you have any tips to share for everybody out there? You're the guy that's got the guns here at Barstool Sports. You're strong. You've obviously done a fair share of arm workouts. Any tips for the people at home about how to make your arms look nice and strong?
Creatine.
Creatine, that's it. All you need is creatine. No steroids, nothing like that. Steroids are for losers. Knowing about steroids is for losers.
Knowing about steroids at all is for losers. I don't even know what those are.
All right, Billy, do you have anything to add to that?
I don't take steroids.
All right, Billy does not take steroids either. We didn't really ask you if you did or not, Billy. That's What is that? Methinks the lady doth protest
No,
too much?
but anyway,
Back
we
to
had
you
a
guys
great
in the
day.
booth.
We shaved the pubes. Phillips
Commentary,
Norelco.
Jeff, it's time for our close shave of the match presented by Phillips Norelco. Billy's known for his psycho shit, but it was actually Rudy who will take our close shave.
Yep, Rudy made the biggest pull of the match, hands down. This was the winning block. I know we talk about losing blocks a lot. This was the winning block. It forced a one-move scenario for Team Pubes, and Team Pubes could not pull it out in the end. The Phillips Norelco close shave of the match is a no-brainer right here, Jake Marsh. What a win by Rudy and Billy.
The Berserkers on top of Group B, and some Stool at home on top of the world right now.
Huge.
Congrats to Decent, 6 for 6, a $1,000 winner.
$1,000.
Picking Fedelberg.
I love that.
And 36
We have
blocks.
rollovers. We have one-day rollovers. Like, you never know when you're going to win. You truly don't.
2 of our last 3 broadcasts with a progressive jackpot claims. Also, shout out to Lil Mayo, 0 for 6.
Sounds like one of our employees.
Lil Sasquatch, yes. $50 Barstool gift card is coming your way, but big ups to Decent. 6 for 6, $1,000, and that means the progressive jackpot resets Thursday afternoon. We will continue our Jenga season and wrap up Week 1. The Berserkers will look to move to 2-0 on top of Group B, and they will be in good position if they can do just that. That'll do it for our broadcast today. For everybody in the truck, our commissioner, Hank, Stefan, Steve, Dylan, Max, Andrew, Pete, Colby, Sean, our sideline reporter, PFT. Maybe are we giving him? Are we?
Yeah, we'll give him another chance.
Yeah, we'll see. He'll be in action on Thursday. Our official Spider and my broadcast partner, Jeff D'Lo. I'm Jake Marsh, signing off from Stool Stream Stadium, presented by High Noon Hard Seltzer. Congrats to the Purple Hedgehogs, the Chalk, and the Berserkers. They are all 1-0 and on the right foot on their quest for $10,000. See you on Thursday, and have a great night.